Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Not even technical issues can stop me from bringing the weekly torment that is needed of the Dungeons and Dragons to my party. I have not seen them in a hot minute because I did not get much of a chance to speak to many of them this week thanks to my birthday. But last we left off, we left it on quite the cliffhanger of the I want to just say the biggest lich in all the realm, son of a lich himself, Gromathir, in the middle of a
G-Daddy.
G-Daddy.
I'll mute now.
No, it's okay. Jen, can you just roll me a d20?
Now I need some milk.
Yeah. 5?
Perfect. So, as you stand there waiting and you look around after felling all the undeath around you, you see the various anti-magical fields and the astrolabes. You see completely submerged, and then you see bubbling from the blood as Gromathir pulls up from it, slicking his hair back as the crimson ichor just falls off of him. He pulls his sleeves up. The arcane auras around him. He looks over at everything. You see Merkestiel, as you can see into the ether realm. There is of deep crimson and purples, almost these like geometric, very Art Deco style lines that go all over his skin that are slowly beginning to retract to a point in his forehead. As he looks over you all, he goes, I thought you'd be quicker. You did well, I suppose.
We all have off days.
So, I assume this is the part where you start breaking down my barriers one by one while I prepare a large spell to deal with you when you come through. And honestly, all of you do look like you could be dealt with one strong word. But if I was to be honest, I'm not really there right now. I've put a lot of my effort into all of this. So, you're not my goal, and I mean this in the politest yet probably most insulting way I can. I don't really have time for you. You dispatched me once. It was a nice surprise. It's nice to see you brought your allies back. I particularly was not expecting to see you. Was it Spain? Impressive. We learned a lot from that fight.
It didn't seem to help Merrick, though.
So he's gone.
For good.
Well done. I did not expect it. Arrogant son of a bitch, but useful. Amassed everything I needed for this, and we did quite well. Alright. Yes, I'm probably going to start getting disjointed now that I'm not focusing on this, but the damage has been done. The damage I wanted has, well, damage he wanted has been done.
You did not plan for this yourself?
This was, oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Trying to do what?
I'm not some storybook villain who's going to monologue the entire plan to you.
I did not think you were as such.
Tell me, how was my brother? I felt him scry on me. Is he well? Is he in Eryal? Did he live? Or is he living?
Well, as well as he can be, knowing, well, what's happened to you. Who you've turned into. What you've done to him. Been.
Bit of a soft boy for his entire life.
I'm curious. Do you have the ability to detect who's scried upon you?
Yes, I can. I can do many magics, stronger than most living people.
Is he being truthful when he's saying that.
Roll me an insight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I doubt that's going to do anything. It's a natural 8 plus 10, I think, for 18.
He seems very confident.
Cool. Good to know.
So he almost then just like lazily, like just drops down to like a knee and like kneeling in the blood, I guess. Your plasmoid, your ooze creature. That was an unexpected twist.
You leave her out of this.
Yes, for now, of course. The siege will be done soon, I imagine. See, this felt more of a personal stroke against you all. I actually didn't even want to bring the forces here. I thought it pointless. You're so unimportant in the grand geological scale of things.
As
Geological?
harsh as that is, that does make a lot of sense. It was a personal vendetta, I'm guessing, from Marek. Try and cause us one little bit of harm before he perished from this world for good.
You did mention that. So he kind of begins to rub his face. He places the palm of his hands in the pools of blood, and you see almost like it starts to get a little bit shallower as he starts absorbing some of it. Tell me, Kingfishers, then, how do we want to play this out? Do we fight? How do we feel? As he starts instantly, Mercassia, from this side of things, you can probably recognize this from some of your study, and I say Svein as well. He's cast a blood armor spell.
What is your proposal? Let you walk away from here?
No,
Go back
quite
to
the
wherever
opposite.
hole?
I propose you walk away from here.
Right, and let you carry on with your ritual?
Oh, it's done. I think, as he points to Mercassia, that one would be able to quite see the lines that have connected the fates of all the undeath have retracted.
So we walk away, you walk away.
You have, as he points to Teeth, he was like ready with his lance, almost like starting to chip away at some of like the anti-magic shit, just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this dude, he's like not listening. You have a Knight Commander of the Tempest Soul. Maybe I teleport away. Strong possibility if your counterspelling is not completely gone. Or perhaps I don't even get that off. Perhaps we get to a fight again. Maybe you kill me. I spend the next 7 days reforming a body. Re-gear myself. Yes, maybe you get some of the flashes, like his various rings on this time, which you didn't have the last time. Yeah. I thought Jarnvir would go well, so I prepared for it, but couldn't really expend to leave things behind. So I'd have to spend time finding enchanted items that I need again, or enchanting them. Various ways. But you have, and I can assure you, plenty of wounded to go tend to. And you know, being a lich to the Saint of Undeath, there's a lot of paperwork that will need to be discussed in the coming moments. As now, I'd say Teelan gets through another 2 of the astrolabes, get like almost only 1 left before the crystals are even up.
Is Gromathy looking in any way concerned at the destruction of these astrolabes?
Not yet.
Okay.
Then.
Yes.
I know you want him dead as much as we do. But if we start this, I don't think we're all walking away from it. You have quite a shiny trophy in your hands right now.
Killed him once before.
We killed him once before, but at quite a steep cost that we don't really have the ability or the resources to spend right now.
And we gain ultimately very little. As he said, he does reform. Maybe 7 days.
Maybe. It could be lucky. The magic takes
Could be
hold
lucky.
in different ways. I could be back here tomorrow.
Precisely.
Well, not here.
On this world, in that form. But yes, we gain very little.
I think we live to fight another day. I would suggest. As Gromathir has said, there's probably wounded for us to care for.
There is. I also am very curious as he's getting ready, seeing kind of you guys are going on the more amicable, not wanting to fight to the death approach, because he also you get from his like posture and poise and which it's not that he's like afraid, it's just like it's bothersome in his mind to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious. You've now properly moved against Samael. I assume Jaranvir has something up his sleeve for your collateral. I believe the statement by our lord has already been made, but if you turn him over, you can always have someone return to you safely.
As we mentioned when Samael presented us with that offer, it is ultimately one of the stupidest things we could ever possibly do would be to agree to it.
I do agree, but the offer stands. I'm just curious,
Right.
but you've now properly moved against our saint, and be what he is and do what he may, he is nothing but a man of his word. You have moved against him. The clock is ticking.
To be fair, he didn't say what until you moved against me. For all we know, it could be a nice, lovely tea party.
You know what? I did have invitations I was meant to disperse.
Oh, darn. How could you forget?
And I think you know as well as us that the clock has been ticking ever since we broke free of the bloodline.
Yes, that was quite the surprise for the young prince to do that without any other intervention first, and now the rest of you. It's honestly quite Should Marek have lived, I would have owed him a bit of gold, but bygones are bygones.
You had bets between you?
We've had bets on all of your journeys going through this. It's been quite the debacle of hilarity.
I'm curious, where did everyone stand on that?
I did not think you would break the sleeping bloodline. Marek thought there was a chance, and well, Xenophir thought none of you would even live through the initial part. So,
What about the others?
I believe by your connections, you wouldn't know the identity of the others.
We do.
You do. I know you know.
Well, for one of them
Most
is
of them.
connected to our old companion.
Yes, I do believe that has been a Look at me boring you. You're allowed to walk whenever you so wish.
That.
Or did we have a tea set we wished to bring out for this?
I mean, where's the location of it? Samael's
The tea set. By all means,
Well,
I did not bring a collapsible one.
Well, that's just kind of bad planning on your part, huh?
Is a collapsible tea set? What?
Well, it would have gotten stained
Well,
in
you
the
see
pool.
Merc, you're fine. You're so pretty.
Is there any, like, collapsible tea sets? What the fuck? Nothing
The
else.
tea would leak through the gaps in the folds and the what?
I don't know about the rest
Quite
of you guys, but
interesting.
I'm done entertaining this thing. I'm going to be leaving.
I'm not comfortable
Yeah.
leaving until he does, to be completely honest with you.
I take his word for it. He looks drained.
I take him at his word as that, but I still want to see him with my own two eyes. Leave.
Then let's stop fucking around.
We'll take a bit of a step back. I will have to drop the barriers.
Boss?
All right. See them.
I'll say just in the party as a general sake, make me a persuasion check to convince Teethan not to throw hands.
Bah. Haha. Nope. That's a 3.
19 or what?
An 8.
You guys rolled like crap.
I have negative charisma.
And they rolled like
some-
crap.
33.
Yeah. Okay, that's a half and half. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 5 minus 2. Come on.
You guys rolled
Sue
like
me.
crap.
I rolled to set the DC for Teethan, then I rolled a 3. He looks back and he
I
goes,
matched it.
"So if all of you would like to step back, I don't believe any of you are capable of any meta magic to extend spell distances, so let's call it an even 200 feet. That way there's no dispel magic or counter spells capable. But if you do wish to watch the show, you're more than welcome to."
Very well.
Right.
If Teethan like looks upset, he can definitely tell that like Zamani at least is not happy with this. She just doesn't think that there's
Teethan is
any like
definitely not happy with this.
yeah.
Mm.
I think just so that like he knows like Zamani does not look happy with this as the final.
You're all very trusting. Thank you. I have to check something. So you all go back 200 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
Let's
we
see
don't
if
really
the
have much
liar
of a choice.
lies.
I'm going to check the range on one thing, and then I'm going to check if Grummathir does it.
Also, we're not standing fucking right by up on
Yeah,
each
we're not
other.
like standing late.
We're not
together.
within fireball distance. All in one fucking happy little.
I think
kumbaya
if
group.
he does the thing that I think he's gonna do, then like our distance won't matter.
Okay, well that's lovely.
Yeah.
AJ, message what you think he's going to do, because I don't know if you know.
Oh, actually, I don't know if from discussions, I don't know if he actually has the slots for it, but that.
Oh, God, no. No, he does
Yeah,
not.
cool. Good.
So as you get 200 feet away, he kind of looks over you all as you see the 5 large crystals begin to like crumble. Let's just roll a D100, see. You just see. Just maybe.
Why do you like this?
Because it's bears and we love bears.
Okay. I'm sure this won't be our last encounter, Kingfishers. But, till next time, as all the blood kind of splatters up into the air, and as it starts raining down, he is gone.
Is it like circle and everything and shit still there?
Oh, you just see, like, all of it just dulls. It's just stone.
When he did that, Merc was like full on papers. Did I notice anything fucky about it? Was
Perception.
he trying anything? Yeah. That is a natural 16 plus 15 for 31, I think.
You've not seen teleportation magic, the similar. You're not sure why he raised all the blood up in the air, but you can't see through blood, so if he did something fucky, it was
Yeah.
completely concealed.
Cool. All right.
But he is gone.
As soon as he's gone, Calicinda will head back to the gate.
Okay.
Yeah. As we're heading, Merc will describe like the lattice work and stuff that she saw to begin with, to see if the magic man Cal knows anything about it from the description.
No check needed, definitely not.
What is it like heading back? Like, I assume there's still a bunch of fucking undead just shambling about.
It's a lot more disjointed. The larger ones seem to be dispatched, and it got to a certain point where, as you get close to Eryal, you can see your own troops have sallied out to meet the disjointed efforts and have done quite the job of dispatching anything that would be, particularly dangerous. It's smaller shambling mounds and other small collectives of skeletal and husk matter that is being burnt. Everything is being pulled into a pile to be burned to ash.
anything that, like, as we're walking past, or walking back, anything that's like a bit weaker and stuff like that, like your zombies and skeleton sort of stuff, Merc's just going to swing at, because if she hits with her mace, it does radiant just to disrupt them a bit more, just to be like,
It's
get rid of some rage as well.
It's easy. As you get back, you can see that there's been considerable damage done to Eryal Keep. The walls have taken a substantial hit and will probably need to be repaired, because it was a while of the assault before Gromathir got through. Overall, you can see a lot of dead. A lot of dead people. Both sides. Your Goliaths survived the encounter. The Starless troops survived the encounter. But the archers from Vrendenwell did not make it through the encounter. But your Goliath troops and your Starless troops have increased their experience and would have gone up in one category of experience, which I believe will make, if we look at the your Goliaths are no longer regular, they are seasoned, and your Starless are no longer seasoned, they are veterans. I believe the progression.
I think that's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what there will be new cards for them soon.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are kind of milling around, going out. Some of the civilians of Eryal are kind of waiting to be given clearance to try and make their way back to their homes to see what damage has been done. You can see kind of the framework of where the walls you wanted built were beginning, but ultimately were not done quick enough for this. But what can you do? As you each begin to make your way inside the keep, there is an uplift in morale seeing you all return. But what do you do? Who do you go to?
I go find
Callus and
Sally.
you. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you're good.
Somebody, you go and find Sally. She's still up in the same similar war room set up with Kelsier, who's the advisors, kind of assessing everything. There's a lot of people kind of just busy work trying to figure out how to as quickly get the small settlement back up and running as possible.
I assume, since that sounds like probably where Cal would be headed, that we probably want to fit together.
I will say, before we even get to this, the siege of Eryal was not the only siege that happened. There were sieges across all of Britain. Initially, I had rolled the D100s myself, but that doesn't feel fun enough.
Oh, you bastard.
You already rolled them.
No, I feel like I should let you guys have a chance to affect this.
This
So,
is cruelty. Knows no bounds.
Burton and
most
Crosspost
likely-
came under siege.
Probably a good thing that we get to.
Zamani, you made a fun meme earlier. Can you roll to see what happens to Crosspost?
Or
Can I request that I do Burton?
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
I got 50 even.
50 even.
50 large.
Reports begin to come in. The military might of Crosspost, drained of resources for everything being pulled back to Burton from the initial uprising, still stood the test of time and assault as it lived through the initial onslaught of undeath. Merkestiel, the capital, Burton, Everett.
My home. My home, my family. Here we go. I'm rolling my Merc dice, by the way. I missed the dice tray with one of them. Oh, that is 97.
For all its might, and bring all the troops to it, defended by mage, mercenary, merchant, anyone who could bring up arms against the undead. The king himself, willing to fight for his country if he must, stood through the assault that came to its doors.
Damn it, Des. Stop with this fucking way of saying it. I hate you.
Nice. Tight.
So, as there is resounding success, Svein,
Mm-hmm.
albeit smaller, Darkul did sprout up during this chaos. Various smaller settlements came under watch. Can you please roll me a D100 for Ulden?
I don't remember where that is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's
It was our session 0.5. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
not
the
me.
party
Gotcha.
capital. Yeah, party capital. It's northern point.
29.
29. Took a significant blow. However, being close to Crosspost, there was reserve troops sent out at the end to make sure the city wasn't wiped off. Importantly, though, some of this may have been just a distraction. Throughout all of Burton, many people lost their lives. However, pathways that connect the world below and the surface came under siege just the same. The Starless are the best effort of fighting undeath at the end of the day, and the main pathways have become clear. Calicindir, could you roll to see if they were successfully collapsed?
Absolutely, Des. Okay, that's a 77.
We're all doing alright.
Ever the experts. Perhaps not ready for this. Not ready to attack strongholds and their outposts. Ready for anything. The Starless stood strong and kept the tunnels open.
Swear to God.
What? No.
I love you, Des, but you gotta stop doing this to my stress, okay?
We're almost done.
There's more?
With the
You all
session,
convinced Jarnveer to help aid the assault on the walls.
We did.
All of you individually have rolled something so far. I'm the one who has not. An expert mage once called this his home. Once called these his friends. So what do y'all do in Eryal?
We don't get to know?
I would, after having a quiet word with Cal and the advisors of Eryal, I would hopefully like to start organizing graves and like funeral rites for the warriors and townsfolk that we lost.
Everything is being burnt, but you can certainly help with that.
Yeah, just in terms of making sure that like the prayers and stuff, making sure people go to the right spaces, stuff like that.
So, Damani, you said you wanted to speak to Zelly.
Yeah. So, I think the idea that Zamani's just kind of like fast walking, and Cal's just kind of like keeping up with her. She like opens the door, like nods to the advisors and Kelsers and stuff, and immediately like goes over to Zelly. She's like, "Was everything okay?
All right.
We made it. We're okay."
I know. I had Kelzer was watching sometimes.
did so much today.
A lot of people got very hurt.
They did. A lot of people didn't make it. This is what I mean when I talk about very bad people in the world. I never wanted it to come back here, not to you, not to any of these people. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. You didn't choose for this to happen.
No. You and all the other kids have already been through so much. Your lives have not been easy, and all I've wanted to do is to do my best to let you all be kids. To try to give you and help make life fun and easy, and now war has been brought to our front door.
Back before everything, I always used to like playing pretend, because you can always pretend it's not bad.
I used to do that too.
At least I can pretend I can be a kid sometimes.
I want to let you pretend to be a kid all the time, as much as possible, forever, and I want to buy you your silly crown, and I want to make your hiding place perfect, and I want to make a nook and cranny for all of you in there, in the castle. And I want you to be safe, and I want you to feel safe and like this is home. I'm sorry that you had to go and do some very adult things today.
I feel like maybe this is what I was made for. Maybe I was made to defend everybody. Something happened after you guys left, after I grew up a little bit. Elrin, you can come out now. As you see, completely disconnected now. Elrin starts walking through.
What is his like I guess I don't want to just say what's his vibe, but like how is he like looking? Like
So,
how is
It's still the same. He doesn't look like anything's changed to him, but what you do notice is, I suppose the best way is, it looks like he is maybe a little bit more translucent than he would normally be in the solid state. But weaker, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. Does that make sense? I managed to sever myself completely and take all of the power if it was needed.
I definitely like pats pats his arms and stuff, and like grabs his face and goes, "Are you okay? How do you feel?"
Very tired. Feels woozy. Zeddy kind of walks over, and you see like a pseudopod stretch out from the ground that connects them, and he goes from being somewhat translucent to being fully corporeal.
Okay. So is this now? I kind of look at Zilly. Is this now something that? Are you guys separated forever, except for when you choose to be connected, or
No,
is this?
no, it's
permanent?
the other way around. It took a lot, but I thought at least if I had to defend us, and if I died, they could stay together.
I look over and all of them are with you.
They're all in here. I don't know how she does it when it's only her out.
Okay. This is really big. Are you guys okay with this change? And like holding both of their hands.
As Ellie kind of speaks. don't want to do it if I don't have to. It hurts. It's like I'm cutting off one of my own arms. But I get to bring all the power with me, and it leaves them very, very undefended. But I figured if it came down to it, at least if I could give them enough time to get away.
Out of character real quick. So from my understanding of this, it's not a permanent break then.
No, she can sever herself and take all the power, leaving them pretty vulnerable to everything. No magic, anything. But if she died that way, she wouldn't be connecting back and she'd be gone. Okay. She's completely disconnecting from the hive mind, basically, but taking all the power with her.
Okay, that's I understood that part. I just didn't understand like the permanence of it, and I would just want to make sure.
It's so painful to maintain.
Yeah.
Okay. The separated, the rest of them, are they still pseudopody and stuff like that, or nothing?
Yeah, but they're a little bit more jelly in that form. When Zelly's not connected, they're still like that translucent hue of red to their skin rather than.
Okay, so like they could hide in a wall or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I look over at Zelly. I'm like, I guess desperate times and all of that. This is definitely a desperate times, and you are not allowed to sacrifice yourself. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
It's not your job. Sorry. I got so distracted with the cat just popping into existence. I'm sorry. The last resorts only.
Yeah.
I mean absolute last resorts. Because I would much rather you all run away together. Regardless of what happens, okay?
I never really understood what it was to lose my mother when it happened. But I wasn't gonna lose you. They need you more than they need me. So if it meant saving you, it would have been worth it, because
Sweetheart,
if it hurts to lose a mother, I can't have all of them hurt that way.
Sweetheart, it hurts to lose a sister too. I know for a fact they love you. They need you. Much more than they need me. The connection that you all share, beyond just physical at this point, but emotionally for each other. Don't miscount that. You're never alone.
Well,
you never have to face the world by yourself. And I know I will make sure I am always here to protect you. Even if I am not physically here, even if the worst happens, you will be taken care of. And for like a split second, Zamani like glances over at Kelsier and then looks back.
Oh God. Last resort, okay.
I might not be a cleric, but I will pull your soul, your goop, anything from beyond the whatever if you ever make me come after you.
I hope in my whatever it is that at least having you in my life, I don't think I have a soul anymore. I think that went when all of this happened. I don't know if we're separate or one, but you make me feel like I have a heart again.
You do. Speaking from somebody who used to be very, very broken. Being broken doesn't make you lose your soul. It just makes it feel like it.
I need to sleep. I'm very, very tired.
Oh, you sleep now.
I don't know what it is, but I need to rest.
Okay. She I assume Elrin is still standing there as well, or
As you
did he
see,
like?
Zelly kind of absorbs into Elrin. You know the way she doesn't sleep, but she
Yeah.
can let someone else take control.
Yeah, I give him like hand squeeze. So wait, Zelly goes into Elrin, or Elrin goes into Zelly?
Zelly goes into Elrin and letting Elrin
Okay.
command the body.
I give her a forehead kissy before that. I look over at Elrin and I'm like, "Are you okay? This has been a big day.
Okay.
Thank you for being so brave. I know it's probably really hard and really scary, especially with Zilly breaking off, and it's really new and everything. But I just thank you."
You don't have to thank me. I just did what I was told. I do have a question.
Yes.
When Zelly got taller, is that what happened to Calicindir?
Calicindir had something very special happen to him. So, the race that Calicindir was a part of were called Starless Elves. And they worship this god. And Calicindir's job is to try to help put that god back together. And the god said thank you and made him a star elf. Yes?
It's not school time. You're not meant to be teaching us.
You asked a question. I'm simply answering.
I just wanted to know if it was the same thing.
It's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's no. It's not.
So Calicindir didn't get more mature with his height?
No, he definitely didn't.
How's it not like the other side of the room's like looks over like excuse me?
This room is full of boring adults. I want to go
It
somewhere
is.
else.
Okay.
And he starts to start walking away.
Yeah. Yes. I want to make you all rooms or safe spaces or something. So think about what you want, okay? Spread the word
Oh,
to the rest of you.
right. I understand.
Let everyone know. If anybody wants anything.
He stops just before he leaves the room. Cat was in there. Then he walks out. You hear the very, very similar. Depends what sort of childhood you had, but some form of crayon on wall outside as he is currently spreading the word.
Do I know that he knew exactly what I meant, and this is just how he's deciding to do the thing, or is he actually just really confused?
Who knows?
Okay, great.
Elrins takes things quite literally, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, Alexander, what are you doing in this moment? Speaking to your war council, I assume?
Yes, going back and as everyone put it, being with the boring adults in the room. But yeah, Calcin just meeting up with everyone, Vocatil, the Goliath commander, everyone else, Ruventir as well. And if Kelsier if he's hanging around, but yeah, anyone else that would be there, just getting reports and information on what happened.
Demoni
Okay.
joins them.
How are we looking, Vocatil? From initial reports, at least.
We lost our archers, but we're doing alright.
Right. The townsfolk? How many of
Shaken
them
but
were
alive.
evacuated? Right. Did we evacuate most of them, or?
We do not have a large populace, we got them all out.
Perfect. How many of the Starless did we lose?
Starless. Between... For reference, I'm not going to give numbers, but they were I want to say size, they were a D6 troop, now they're a D4 troop.
Mhm.
So you lost 1 unit size.
Right. I'll see to their burials myself. The funeral rites. We'll do that tonight.
Absolutely.
Altogether, though, not as terrible as it could have been.
No. It went alright. There's something to be said for the allies you've brought here. The Goliaths were excellent in the fight, and I must give credit where credit is due to the Lady Zamani's children. That did slow them down quite a lot, and there is a certain specialty that I think we would find quite useful in the world below with Kelsier's gravity magic.
Alright. Glad to hear it. But perhaps
As
while you're
Kelsier's
here-
face is just like, no. He's like,
Well, perhaps while we still have you here, Ruventia, if you want to discuss with Kelsier a bit, see what you can find out from his particular form of magic.
no. You look at you look over at Ruben too now, trying to take him in for the first time. You see, dude is just dead ass missing one eye, but still standing at attention. Just like
Ruventia, what happened?
stray debris, my liege.
Right, do you require any assistance right now? Any medical help, or have you seen to
I can grow another.
as you are?
Man's just be like, I'm fine.
It's such a
Tis
mood,
but a flesh
honestly.
wound, bitches.
Such a mood.
Alcindor just like raises his severed hand, like, yep,
Yeah, it's kind of just like this shit happens. It's like,
yeah. Alright. Have we received word from the other besieged settlements? Do we know if Burton Crossbow
we know
still
Burden and
stands?
Crosspost and Ulden have stood. I have received word
Good.
from some of our troops in the Legendia Mountains, where we keep our exits to the world above, and there was an attempt to collapse some of the tunnels, which was thwarted.
Perfect.
All in all, we did quite
Right.
well, I will say, for the Surface's first siege of Undeath.
Indeed. Although I'm just guessing this was meant to sow more terror and chaos in the population here. It can no longer be denied that they're at war with the undead.
No, you can't. These issues are issues, but you have... What news do you have of the Lich Gromoth here?
He's departed. He's rich landed.
Did you...
Being a lich, we will need to find his phylactery at some stage if we do wish to truly end him.
Hmm.
However, with the current pacing of things, that might be some time off.
Powerful magic leaves a trace.
It does. And we do have some clues. At least
Perhaps
where to
when-
investigate first.
When the King's training is done, I could look into it.
Right?
Castile did see a weave of magic across the undead.
That is, while we are experts in fighting them, we Starless are far more used to undead that are already connected to some form of hive. The Emperor of Ghouls commands his troops expertly. It was... Be a lie to say it wasn't concerning seeing all aspects of undeath do the same. A unified undead army was quite the tackle. We did quite well once they were deconstructed, made more impulsive. So I assume that was your doing, and for that we thank you.
That was. I'm guessing the weave that Macestiel saw was the result of the ritual Gromothir was performing.
Would be the logical jump.
In which case, though, they have learnt, at least in terms of controlling armies of that size, from a singular person, powerful as he is.
One
And
would
across
worry
an
if the
entire
Emperor
country.
of Fools got this information.
I think for the moment, we can only hope that Samael does not trust him well enough to provide him with that information.
We don't know their relationship, my liege. I suppose I suggest we prepare for the fact that he does now assume that all of their information is shared. Prepare for the worst possible outcome and hope for the best possible outcome.
Naturally. Alright. Is there anything we need to see to tonight? Any
We'll
more
speak to your
pressing
people.
reports?
The morale. Perhaps prepare an address in the morning for the small folk.
Right.
Small.
Everything is fine. They'll lie, but
A soothing one.
a soothing one.
Alright.
Talk to the people of your keep. Talk to your allies. Talk to whoever you so wish, and drink yourself stupid because you've earned it.
On the plus side, we have killed one of Samael's generals, Merrick, on Thin Vale is now dead. So there is merit to rejoicing, even more so.
Drink yourself to an obscene level of stupidity then, my liege, if you so wish.
Thank you. On a small other matter, Vocatil, Lady Zamani here and I are to be wed eventually. So,
Wow, you just
Around
gonna
the
drop it
keep.
like that.
around the keep, she is deserved the same respect that you would offer a member of my family.
Understood, my liege?
Let that be passed along to everyone here.
It will be done.
Cal
Congratulations on
remembering
the
what Zamani
betrothal.
said. Thank you. Thank you.
Does
Zamani's
your,
a little stunned. a little
does your
surprised.
mother know of this? Are we
She
to
does.
expect a wedding contingency?
That will be in the world below. So at some stage I will be making my way down there.
You'll, as your stewardess, I would require in this matter a list of potential engagement presents I could provide to the lady Samani, please.
Hmm.
That's so cute.
Fucking
Hand up, Jen.
six
Hand
liters
Hand
of
up.
rosé.
Hand of Jen was a little confused. And we like, by contingency, does he mean in case things don't pan out?
No, it's weddings are a big deal in the world below. There's a whole like team of stylists, tailors. It's like it's
Good
a
to know.
team.
To be fair, Samani doesn't know this yet.
Yeah.
To be fair, Cal probably doesn't even entirely know the full level of everything.
No,
that
you
goes on.
haven't been alive for any of
Yeah.
your family. Like you weren't alive for any of your family's weddings.
Cal's has been dipped out of a lot of that for a while now. All right. That is something I'll have to get back to you on. But my mother does know.
Is the queen coming to Eryal? Or?
There is a summit to be held in Ojika. She will be there.
Excellent.
Speaking of which, Des,
Yes.
what is the date of that summit again?
There hasn't been a formal set date because the groups had to traverse. It is currently, for reference, the 13th of Rathiel. It would probably happen very close to the start of Vosadil. Because the deadline for basically entering and before hostages is moved is the 10th of Vosadil. Jarver said maybe he has an ally inside that can delay it. So I'd say maybe a week away, maybe 2 weeks. Before the end of the month though, before the start of Vosadil. The Starless troops are only really surfacing now, so they still have to make their way to Ojikir.
All right. About a week away. which we'll be there for. Is there anything you want me to raise?
We would request
bring up
more
to
troops
anything.
if they could be provided, especially after the most
Right.
recent encounter.
I will bring that up.
Perhaps some of our mages. It was evident without Reuventir here at the start of the siege that it was while Kelsier has provided excellent services, there is still a lapse of knowledge that a group of battle mages could provide.
That is my wish as well. Reuventir has been doing a lot of good work up here, but it is a lot for one person. And I wish to also give him some assistance in his efforts.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, my liege. You look like you could use a hot bath. So let me handle the affairs from here on. And prepare yourself for the morning for your address.
Alright, but before, I will see to the Starless first, though. I said that I would oversee the funeral rats, and I still will.
Very good, my liege.
Zamani like knocks on the door around this point-ish.
Yeah.
And like looks her head in and says, I'm
She
sorry to interrupt.
bows. She, my lady.
Thank you. I had an idea. Morale out there is quite down to shit. We've suffered huge losses, but I think it would do us and all of the people good to frame things as a win. We have a nice store of wine. Everyone's at the castle anyways. I do honestly think it might be a good idea to, especially if you give it, to give a nice little toast to everyone that we've lost, but then also celebrating the victory and to let just people kind of have at it for the evening.
Right? I like that
I mean,
idea.
feel free to disagree. It just,
No,
it's kind of bleak.
that is
out
actually
there.
quite a wonderful idea. A moment to bring everyone here together a bit more, as a eclectic group of different communities as it is.
I mean, fighting together definitely does that, but being able to celebrate any crumb of a victory does it even more.
Exactly. No, I fully agree. Vocatil,
I can see to it.
see to it.
If there is to
You
be
should give the
soiree, you should all
I will.
perhaps change into your finest, not stained in blood and your own.
I disagree. Why should we get all fancied up?
'Tis protocol.
Yes, they don't have the chance to. They'll do nothing but separate things. Today, I don't think there's no separation. We're all just a bunch of people fighting for our lives today, right?
I think you make an excellent point, Lady Zamani. I would
You
just think, perhaps, if I could speak freely.
Of course. I don't know shit about being in charge.
I think it might be for the betterment of all your townsfolk, all the small folk. If it did not appear you had such a life-threatening battle, that their saviors had everything under control, you
That's
all
fair.
look like you almost died, or perhaps did die and come back. I'm not fully sure of the fight, how it went so far.
That's pretty accurate.
I think it perhaps may look a little bit better, as if it was not an issue, and it was something that once you showed up, which, as you did, it all went to plan, and instantly you thwarted the evil. It would make them feel all the more safer to have heroes in their midst.
It's a wonderful framing. I was thinking of it as a step further of that I thought was too far, but I definitely agree with you. Thank you for being honest.
Absolutely, my lady. And her eyes rest on... Your past perception doesn't know her eyes rest on Cal, which you recognize, Cal. She turns, and what is your wine of choice for the night, my lady?
Oh, anything red.
Anything red. I'll make a note of that.
Thank you, Vocatil.
Please, change into your finest. And, or just at least clean up your battle attire.
Not the finest. Definitely clean, though.
Clean up. There's a lot of open wounds and bleeding that probably shouldn't be seen, but... Ooh.
I will put it in place.
Until then, Cinder will walk out.
Cameras
Aw,
jumping from
yeah.
one camera slot to another.
Yeah, I know. We're just
This is my
running
sister's
between
cat.
different cameras.
I didn't realize that my door wasn't closed all the way.
Look, if Big Country was closer and my back wasn't sore, I'd pick him up.
Big country.
I didn't realize my door was open, so I'm actually going to close that so I don't bother people.
And here's my cat.
Aw.
Forward.
What time of day is it at the moment, Des?
Time of day, it is. Remember, this is also the same day as Marek. This is like nighttime
Mhm.
now. It's getting dark.
Well, wouldn't
Yeah.
it be? Wouldn't it be around like midday-ish? Because we got to the island like first thing in the morning, didn't we?
And it took a couple hours to
that
get
didn't-
across the island. It took about an hour
Oh,
to
yeah,
get towards
true.
them. But Marek,
true,
you
true.
rested in there. I assume this conversation's been happening. I'd say it's like 6 p.m. ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
True to his word, though, Cinder will first just prestidigitate himself, some of the blood off, to just make it look a bit better. But he will go first towards where the Starless Fallen are, and help.
I'm going to go try to find the rest of the party and tell them what the plan is for the evening.
Svein, what would you be doing during all this?
So Svein, in his most confident, cocky swagger as possible, is going to look for a place that is going to dampen as much volume as possible.
Okay, you make your way to the Undercroft where the teleportation archway once was.
No one's down here?
No.
Cool. Svein is yeeting his axe across the room. He is tearing off his armor and he is breaking down.
Yes, we love a mental breakdown. So, as you were in this fit of frenzy, of manic moment, you lived through everything, but by God, it almost cost everything. Should you even be alive? And you roll me a D100.
Sure. 84, Desreal.
You're better of the two axes. You throw, it hits off the wall, and almost like this ringing sensation that starts echoing, bouncing off all the walls, and then it turns into this very low hum until it's not outside anymore. It's coming from within your own head. There's this very light humming. It's very feminine. You feel like you felt this once before, on the cusp of sleep before. And you just hear, "Oh, don't fret. It's all right. It'll be okay."
Svein is going to scream out, I don't need voices in my head right now, and punch a wall.
Punch wall. You can hear me.
He's just going to say, get out, and punch again.
Interesting. It goes quiet.
After it goes quiet, he's just going to continue sobbing, and he's just going to just less and less hard punch the wall as he falls to the ground into the fetal position and is just laying there. Half his armor torn off because he didn't get it all off. He's got his axe run across the room. He's just sitting there, a mess.
As you're sitting there, very shakily, you see the archway starts to light up behind you, giving this soft pink glow. And you hear from the other side of it, I didn't mean to be in your head. Do you need somebody to talk to?
He's going to, without really moving, without looking, he's going to go, who are you? What do you want?
My name is Valenza. I just want to know why you're sad.
Why am I sad? Everything is going to shit. I went from the top of the world running with people who could not fail to dying every single fucking fight I have. Pathetic.
You're not pathetic. You're just a little misguided. Come, I can show you how to harness what is naturally yours.
He sort of moves his head, looking toward the archway, trying to see if there's a figure there talking to him, whether he's just losing his mind.
You can see it's semi-opaque. You can see a very almost shadow of a feminine figure on the other side of the archway.
He sort of moves up and sort of gets to his feet and says, "How?"
Your abilities, not those that are trained, those that lay within you. Your birthright. I gave them to you for a reason.
He sort of takes a step back, very clearly thinking this is Samael trying to trick him. He starts to walk back looking for his axe.
It's non-hostile, it's just still talking. Why are you scared?
The person who gave me what I am. You don't look like you, but I know it's you. As he's continued looking for his axe, sort of reaching behind him as he sort of falls to the floor trying to figure out where it is.
What am I meant? I apologize, I'm very confused.
Samael, stop playing games. I know it's you.
So you've met my captor then?
He stops. As he reaches the axe, he stops for a moment. Are you fucking with me right now?
No, I am just as much in. I didn't think you could hear me. It's nice to finally have somebody who can hear me.
What are you, Valencia?
The first, albeit not by choice.
Say it.
My dear, I am the first vampire. You are of my blood, and only my blood to give. This Samael is another of my blood, but one who took it and was not granted it of my own free will. He is not of my royal houses, or those that befit me their patron. I never chose this life, but I tried to find peace in it.
Swain sort of stands back up, gets his axe, and lets it slide down the little ring sheath he has. He looks across at the figure and goes, "You picked the wrong person."
I most certainly did not. It will be you. I have seen it.
How am I meant to do anything? Can't even fucking kill anything anymore.
You're just going about it the wrong way. You're so quick to throw off the gifts passed down through my bloodline. Should you trust in them more, I think you'd find yourself all the better for it.
I'm going to roll insight to try and gauge the situation because he is still very hesitant. He's not confident about anything that's happening right now, and he's
Insight.
pretty. He's pretty sure that this could still be a trick. So yeah, I'm gonna roll insight and let that determine. That's a pretty good roll. I can't do math though. Why do I make rolls when I can't do math? Someone please answer that question for me. 25.
No. I
You
refuse to
feel
answer that.
it's... The voice is almost... just sad, almost. It's a very sorrowful person. It's not... You don't feel that there's, like, ill intent behind the words. You don't feel like there's treachery behind the words, and from what you've heard of Samael, this is completely out of character if it is. Which logical jump is this isn't.
He's going to take a step forward and sort of take a big sort of breath as he straightens his back up a bit, sort of wipes up his face, including the blood that's probably still covering him, and just looks at the figure and says, "You're going to have to show me."
You only have to be brave enough to take the first step.
He takes a literal step.
You step into the portal.
Yeah.
As you get brought through, you see this very beautiful plane of existence. It's got this almost bubblegum pink grass and these large swirly trees that go up into the air. And there's this very, very tall, beautiful, pale hair that matches the grass person into like this beautiful side braid. Soft eyes that are deep crimson. Fangs. Pointed ears. From what you know of your research of various planes, this looks similar to the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
As you look up to the sky, though, you see bars and chains of a dome that go over it all.
So this is where you're trapped.
This is where I'm trapped.
How do you expect me to help you get out of here?
I don't expect you to. I know you will. I've seen it.
What does that mean?
When I was trapped many, many, many moons ago. Trapped not once but twice in my life. You could think I'm quite unlucky that way. Person you know as Samael found something that told of my location and ancient rituals of a man named Malcio who did this all to us. I was not always of vampire nature. I was once young and free to do as I please. But I attracted the attention of a man named Malcio. A beautiful, vague creature from the land of shadows, the night side of our realm. They were my lover for a time. But They didn't understand my nature. And when they wanted me to settle down and be with them, they cursed me. To be this. To take away those that I love and the friends that I had around me. To bind my freedom. To make me abide by their rules. That's when I first struck my allies. The first that were ever created. Wish I could have done something about it, but it was to be my fate. I found peace with it for quite some time. The children that I let out into the world, now great and noble houses of their own right. Samael belongs to none of them. He stole the power. He took my blood for his own and keeps me trapped here. Well, a place that looks very similar to here. My dear, this is all in your head. Well, in a realm next to your head that you step through. When I was sealed by Samael, I let out a great deal of magic to try and get help from something. And that's when you were born. A blessing born into the wrong house, to the wrong people, and for that I'm sorry that I could not have guided you better. But in desperate times, one can call for a champion.
I think I need some clarification here. You were speaking of houses, of these noble vampire houses. I've never heard of anything like that. The only vampire I know is Samael. And obviously his worshippers.
There are 7 noble houses. One born from each of my original friends that I struck within my bloodlust. The noble house of Sight, Valil, Lennox, Hastur, Imvin, Xerius, and Tabas. Although they war with each other at times, they are all my children. The lands you call home, they are completely disjointed from my family's influence. To my knowledge and from what this saint has said to me. He is the only vampire in, I believe you call it Quenthus. Yes. He seeks to make it that way. There are 7 noble houses of the 7 people I originally turned. And when I learned of Quenthus, thought it needed its own. The noble house of Undela. Because you are my child. You will do great things.
I'm so confused and lost, and I don't understand a lot of what's happening right now.
That runs in the family.
I don't know if that was an insult or not.
I have been known to be quite scatterbrained. It is a similarity.
So what does this mean for me?
Means you can use the powers that were given to you. You are not Boar of Samael. You are not of some undead lineage. My dear, you're the child of an extremely powerful archfey who was cursed with vampirism. I am an archfey, by the way. I do not know if I made that clear.
No, the whole realm made that clear.
If the grass is not to your liking, I can change the colour.
That's not what's bothering me right now. Although the color was a weird choice. But that's neither here nor there. How do I explain to the rest of them, who only know vampires as the undead creatures they are? How do I explain that when I use these gifts, that I am not turning to the side of Samael?
It's an excellent question. I suppose there's quite the bad connotation to your side of the world about what you are.
I've tried my whole life to own what I was born as and stray away from it, to use my hatred for undead to garner some form of trust. It's not going to look good if I start leaning into the vampirism.
Well, for one, you could explain and begin to educate your allies of the true nature of vampirism.
I don't know how to start. Do I start with a voice in my head or I start with a fucking portal?
I do know someone that could possibly help. Do you have words where you're from?
We do.
He is young. He is brazen. But he is the best of us. Go to a woad and call out for a man by the name of Helios.
I assume this is a
Nothing.
previous campaign thing that I should be aware of since everyone just burst out in cheers.
It's a former NPC.
Helios is the best grandpa ever. Oh my
He's
god.
not a grandpa right now.
Guy.
He's only like 600.
Yeah,
Only
but still,
600.
best grandpa ever.
Only 600.
He is the next in line for the noble house of Scythes. He won't be able to traverse to this realm of existence, but he could answer a lot. Or, if you have someone you're close with who can send dreams across vast distances, I could make you aware of him.
Such
I
a
do
shame.
have a friend. One of my companions is capable of casting the spell Dream. They're not quiet about it. They really boast it. It's weird.
No, I get that. I was quite a loudmouth.
That might be easier if we dream instead of having to walk to the woad from here. It'll be harder to convince them to go on a detour at this current time.
That could work. Suppose the best way for you to May I hug you?
He sort of very defensively sort of opens up his arms a little bit.
They just wrap their arms around you, and it's just this warm, loving embrace.
Which immediately shuts off his defensiveness.
She just whispers in your... Sorry, they whisper in your... My sweet boy. She kind of pulls back and has her hands on either side of your face. You just pass this along to him and he'll know exactly how to cast it. And they kiss on your forehead. And you feel like a flash of like this kind of salt and pepper gentleman, like cigar hanging out of his mouth, long flowing red robes, and you have a very clear idea in your mind of who you need to contact.
Mm-hmm.
So, very simply, all you must do is, when you know this man who can cast Dream, kiss him on the forehead to impart the same knowledge.
I'm going to have to apologize to someone first.
Roll me an
I
insight.
appreciate it. It's a fucking good roll. That is a 27.
No, you definitely need to do that to pass this information along. It is like, this is how the magic works.
The funny thing is, Svein has intelligence at 0. He's not an arcane caster. As far as he's aware, this is 100% how it works.
Yeah, look, Archfey, who knew? Svein, you'll do great work for the noble house of Undela.
I guess it's appropriate to call you by parent. What do you prefer? What moniker?
Well, I don't really... You can call me mommy, you can call me daddy, I don't mind. I don't really go with any of those.
I'll just go with Val.
Alcia used to call me sweet cheeks, but I don't think that's appropriate.
That seems weird for a child to call their parent. We're just going to stick with Val.
No. If I keep you here too long, it will be noticed, so... You see the shimmering portal open up again.
He turns around and starts to walk before pausing a moment and goes, "What?" And he leaves.
So, as you step out of the portal, no time has passed in Eryal, but time will pass for stream because we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Hey.
Thank God, because I dropped all my dice. Every single one of my dice fell on the floor.
Alright, we'll see you in 5.
See ya.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. So, Svein, as you walk out, you trip, hit your head, lose 6 levels in Ranger, and gain 6 levels in Barbarian.
Man, that's crazy. I feel so angry now.
Fuck.
Can I try that? No.
I also feel a
I'll
lot
drop the
more
top of
healthier,
the-
weirdly enough.
So, you gotta go find Calicinder and kiss him.
Good old cowards in here.
Calcium just is like force gauge, just like fuck off.
Corrupt
So,
baby.
yeah. If we're going to jump straight into it, then yeah. But otherwise, I'm
You-
happy to let
you
someone else go first. Or
You slam open the door to Cal and Samine's room, and you just see they're just sharing a bath.
You're like, yes, Cal's blindfolded. Now's the perfect time.
Don't know who
yeah.
kissed
So
him.
Svein's just gonna he's gonna walk around trying to find Cal. I assume since Cal said he was going to do the funeral rites, we'll have to find him there since time passed.
Yeah, so you find him out there with
Yeah.
the funeral rites, praying to
Seeing
the
as
Nice
how
dying.
it's
looking.
fallen. Yeah.
Somebody's still looking for people to let them know about the party.
Svein just sort of walks up behind and just as Cal's saying it, just sort of awkwardly stands there, just like
I mentioned this.
Dude in the
Like,
middle
how
of it.
Cal continues for a while, just talking to people, going around doing his scene. Just eventually, at some stage, just turns around. And says, Jesus,
hi,
Svein. What do you?
I need to
Hello?
borrow a dream, but also
What?
this is gonna be weird. I need to kiss your forehead.
Sorry. It's been a long day,
Just
so I
my
don't know if I'm
condolences.
misunderstanding any of this, but you need to borrow a dream
Yep.
and kiss my forehead.
Yeah, so you can see who we're dreaming. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be easy if we just do this because I can't explain any of the shit that just happened to me. How many people can
Sure,
you fit in a
fuck it.
dream?
Come on.
You can bring everyone.
As many as needed.
We need everyone here. I don't want to explain this
Everyone.
multiple times.
All right. All right.
Wow.
So, Calicinder, in the moment that Svein touches you, but not enough time passes in between him kissing your forehead, the moment he lays his hands on you, you get the vision of this person. The kiss comes second.
Wait. Wait, I need to know. How tall is Svein right now?
Yeah.
But Calicinder
does
to
he
lean
get
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
Cal's like
looks
fucking
step.
8 feet tall at this point.
Yeah.
Svein is 6'7", so he's on his tippy toes.
Oh, yeah.
Spain carries around like a little
Why are you
footstool
all
just for
fucking
this.
giants? What the fuck?
No, I'm sorry, I'm built
Merkism.
different. Jesus.
See, I like it because Cal was short for a starless. He was short for an elf,
Now you're short for a star elf.
and
Congratulations.
now I'm short for a star elf.
Yeah, well-
Shocking.
Well, now you
So-
just get to deal with somebody kicking in the shin.
Calicinder, you see in your mind this kind of salt and pepper dude, cigar in his mouth, these long red robes, long sword by his side, deep crimson attire.
I've seen the person, but second of all, I don't think that kiss was necessary, and I think
Oh.
whoever told you that wanted to play a prank or something.
They were an archface. That kind of lines up, I feel like.
Hold on, you were contacted by an
Again, this is
archfey?
easier if we just let the fucking person on the other end explain. I'm still lost, alright?
Contacted by an archfey. Where?
Again, still lost. Let's just get everyone.
All right. Suppose there's a bit of time before the whole thing tonight.
What?
All right.
Fuck it, doesn't matter.
So I imagine we'll
So
go
you
off,
try and gather
everyone
everybody.
up.
At this
Mhm.
point, I find Mercastile, and I let her know that tonight we're all having a big party. We're all getting super drunk to kind of build camaraderie.
Are
Absolutely.
you sure? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, look how depressed everybody is. We did
I'm
lose a
working
lot.
on it. I'm trying to go around and
Okay,
talk to
I
people and
don't-
be nice, but I'm not good
I
at
don't
that.
mean to be rude. What you're doing helps the dead more than it does the living. Because you're like doing funeral
Shit.
rites and things, right?
That's true, yeah. Maybe I should help the wounded.
You should probably do that. Yeah.
Fuck. Alright, drinks later. Sounds good. Merc
Yeah, we're
walks
all having a big party.
off.
At this point, as Mercastile tries to leave, Calicinder shows and goes, wait. We need everybody.
Hold up, Mercastile. Zmani. Svein has something very
So,
important.
Svein, question, how much lipstick do you wear? How obvious?
Spain doesn't have lips. Like, wear
Hell,
lipstick?
I thought you were
But
gonna
he
say
doesn't
Sven
know
doesn't have lips.
He's lipless.
Yeah, just like
Up
my
there.
uncle without the mustache for real, for real.
So
Just like,
how was Sven's kiss? Was it like a really like wet, sloppy kiss on the forehead, or like,
He didn't take it seriously, so it was just a quick pet
Like
like a
essentially.
headbutt?
Wow.
A headbutt
Yeah.
more than a kiss.
There's definitely a weird air for between Spade and Gal right now.
Yeah, they're standing like a decent alapart.
Is this? Hang on.
Are they 5 feet
Did
apart
Zamani
in the hospital
invite-
because they're not gay?
Did Zamani
We're a little
invite
gay.
Svein into the whole, Cal and...
What?
There's a weird energy between Cal and Svein.
Yeah, I kissed his forehead. It's the whole thing. Sorry, Zamani.
I don't give a shit. You're fine.
No.
Cool,
As it
fantastic.
turns out,
I go to brothels every now and then. I mean, it's you can like let's do it. Suddenly turning to Cal. I mean, like you can fuck whoever. You're fine.
Is this
I
a
know.
love triangle? Like,
I know.
what?
Anyway,
No love triangle, just
That's-
flesh triangle.
Stop. Stop.
They
No.
call that a human
Stop.
pyramid, Des.
Thank you, thank you.
Stop it. Stop it.
So
Yeah, only if you're doing it right.
is this just like a post-battle stress relief thing, or
Well, that's what the wine is for. That's the party.
I can't explain a lot of it. Allow me to explain the little bit that I understand. An artifact talked to me. We need to speak to a person through Cal's dream
Okay.
because they can explain it better than I can.
Why
'cause
did
there was a
Archfey
fuck
talk
ton.
to you?
that was my
Again,
question, but
dream.
apparently Svein can't.
Oh, can you
doesn't
like
know
give us
how
like
to
a really,
exactly put
really
it.
basic, just like a little bit, like, hey, she thinks I'm super cool. Hey, I'm like her long lost child. Like, what?
I
Yeah.
am not confident what happened is real. I need
So
to figure out if
why-
this is real.
Why do we want
Can
to
I-
speak to this person though? Like, why do you want to? Why is it?
Yeah, just basics.
I need to figure out if what just happened is real.
Alright,
And either,
but
it's either we do this dream or I go for a walk to the ward.
That's kind of a long ways
Does-
away.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can I ask, does
Okay.
Svein seem lucid right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I tell if Svein has imbibed any substances at all?
I mean, he would have had to do it real quick between now and when you guys got back.
It's Cal, it was when Cal's doing his computer rights, he just put on a line, but alright, anyway.
Bro, fucking Rubenteer's eyes just popped it like a jelly in the mouth.
Oh my god.
Alright, everyone, let's go
What?
towards our chambers then. Do this dream before
Yeah.
the whole thing kicks off tonight.
Whose room?
Speaking of, I look over at Spain and I'm like, we're having a party tonight to raise morale. We're all getting super
Gotcha.
drunk. I hope you're ready.
Sure, fuck it. Why not?
Dream first. Let's get this over
Yes.
with because I'm curious now as Archfey contacting this mysterious man who I can now see in my head very clearly as if I've seen him before, which is strange, but
I don't know
So-
if I can do it to the rest of y'all. I just want to try.
Oh, does that mean I
Okay,
get a
yeah,
kiss
give it a
too?
go.
Well, Cal said the kiss wasn't necessary.
Just-
Aw,
No,
that's
just
special.
touch.
Merc will reach out. Merc will reach out her hand. Give it a go.
Space's gonna turn and just kiss Merc on the forehead.
There's nothing.
He said the kiss wasn't necessary. He didn't say I wasn't. I didn't say I wasn't going to do it.
That.
No, I feel left out.
Fine, kiss his money on the forehead.
Okay. Cool. Whose room
Yeah,
we're
it's
going
you.
to, sorry?
Just do mine. I don't really care.
I mean, yours is biggest, probably. It'd make more sense.
Sure.
Sleepover. Just camping inside.
Is the bed big enough?
It's the different kind of sleepover.
How would you
What a
even say that to
question.
Samani? Okay, Steeler.
As you all make your way.
Want to find
there.
out?
Casting dream. It's an odd sensation as this has to reach across a different plane that is sometimes uncontactable from where you're at. However,
I hate it when
the
phone
spell
lines go
takes
down.
through and you find yourself unable to control what the appearance is. You find yourself outside this large manor with expertly trimmed hedges, beautiful marble work and stone gates, the small grotto off to the side and a couple houses around of it. There's white hair, salt and pepper. Tall enough, maybe looks human by birth. Very, very well dressed. Sword at his side. Cigar in his mouth. Well. It was no surprise to realize I needed to take a nap.
You must be Helios then.
Last time I checked, yeah.
So you
Okay,
knew more
so
than
the-
you would even willing to tell. That's kind of
You didn't
Everything-
tell us the name.
Yeah, no, that's because I wasn't sure about anything.
a little rude. Just saying.
Helios. So everything Valencia told me was real then.
Fuck's
Valencia.
Valencia?
Valenza is the, You don't know? Alright. Okay. Hands up, how much do we know about vampires?
We
Oh,
know
Well,
one,
we
and
need to
he's
put
a
our
dick.
hands up for that.
Right,
Like,
there's Samael,
not
the saint
Yeah.
of
We
undeath.
literally know one.
Don't know
and
who
he's
that guy is.
The worst person.
What
We
house does he
killed-
belong
We killed
to?
one.
Hang on.
doesn't-
What do you
let me
mean?
hold on,
What
hold
is-
on, let me
What
hold on,
rock
I
are
can-
you living under that you
wait.
don't know?
There's
haven't
literally
heard
only
of?
one. Why would they be?
Hold on,
a house?
guys, shush, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Maybe you should have explained some shit
Shut the
before we
fuck
all
up.
popped in here, then, huh?
Helios.
Hmm.
The person of Samael currently has Valencia trapped, imprisoned on the other side of the, I think the other side of the world? That's what was implied.
Yeah.
The other side of the world.
Yeah,
Wait,
there's another
where do you
continent.
Wait, what side of the world are you?
Helios, is it? Where do you live?
Some-
Where is this place that
I
you...
live in a manor in the Lost Mountains on the continent of Thornville. In Darapaton.
The fuck is a Darapaton?
Never heard of any of it.
Sounds
I've
like a
never
type
heard of you
tortoise.
We're from Eryal Keep.
In the country of Burton, in the continent of
Of
Quinthos.
Quinthos.
See, Quentas, that's just a made-up word.
Wait,
So
wait,
is
wait.
Darapaton. Let's
Do
be
you know-
honest.
I mean,
If you're from other side of the world, have you heard of a dragon king?
There's been issues lately with a horned serpent creature, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Famous
And also,
last words before
another thing-
extinction.
aren't all words technically made up?
Oh, you're that type of fun.
No,
Yeah, she tends to
we've
be.
just
No,
been
she-
through
she
a lot, so
definitely
I'm
is.
being an asshole.
Yeah.
It's kind of how she is.
It's
so-
The
kind
fuck,
of a
guys?
state.
So you
We
are
love you,
from-
but it's true.
in that case, if you do not know of where we are from, Quinthos, then to the other side of the world, separated by the elemental plane of water, there exists a land separate to your own.
How the
Okay.
fuck do you know all this, Carl?
Because we've heard of it from people that we've met that this other world existed. I mean, that's where the Far Walker and the Eye of Ruin came from.
Yeah,
true.
Walker and I have ruiner.
Hmm.
Wait,
We
so
went with the Eye of Ruin.
Yeah.
And you told us.
They are.
do you
very
guys know like
nice.
all the gods? There's like a
What do
Yeah,
you
we've
mean
got
all?
Celelia, we've
Well,
got
we have-
Lezefican, we've got.
Well, they're
We
not
have
really.
the
They're
ascended
ascended.
gods, and we have the old.
okay, but do you have
gods.
like the Dawn Watcher, the Mage of the Woods, the Guiding Light, the
We've met.
We've met the Dawn Watcher.
We have
He
met the
came
Dawn
and
Watcher.
spoke to me.
I think, out of character, I think we've heard of the Matron of the Woods before. Like we've
We've
heard
heard?
of her.
I
Yes.
saw her.
Yeah.
I saw her in a dream.
Okay, a lot of
Did.
people see gods in their dreams. That's kind of the whole thing of faith.
Have you
Yeah.
heard of the Guiding Light?
Yeah, one of my family has Esmeralda. She's
He has worshippers on the other side of the world.
he has like one.
That is
It's
still
okay.
remarkable.
I mean, that's
He's-
better than nothing.
He's been through a lot recently.
So.
Well, we're trying to get to like this temple of. That doesn't matter. Why are you here?
No, that is. I would like to speak about this later, perhaps, but that is something.
Yeah,
I
why
can
are we
answer the
here?
question of why we're here.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone turns to Spain.
so just to fill you in, Helios, and the rest of these people.
Yeah,
'cause
no, I
wasn't
know
really
you.
sure-
You're Sven
I
and
wasn't
Dela.
sure. That's a whole thing. I wasn't sure that was real either. Anyway, so just to fill
Wait, you know
everybody
him?
in.
I was told about a few minutes ago.
Oh, that's fair.
Again, just to fill everyone in, I was contacted by someone who claimed to be the first vampire. They were also telling me that Samael had trapped them and that they needed help and that I was to help them. I was their champion and I had to contact Helios to help me explain any of this because I can't understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, she
Champion
is.
of an archfey. Okay.
No. That is diminishing to it.
That's all we had explained by Svein. Sorry. I meant no offense.
To be fair, they did call themselves an
Perhaps-
archfey.
They were
Perhaps we should
once.
start from the beginning.
Okay. What do you... I'll go back a step. What do you all know of the origins of vampires?
We don't.
Remarkable,
I know.
guys.
We know that
Yes.
We know
Samael-
rumors.
Samael stole notes from the god of magic, Lezephican.
Point being,
And
they
then
know nothing
made
about the
himself
true
a vampire.
origin.
It's African.
It's a god.
Sounds like a fish.
Merc, I'm gonna keep
Not
it a
a
buck
dick.
with you. I'm gonna keep it a gold coin with you. You're not gonna know shit. Let the man speak.
Okay. Right.
Sorry, I'm just... So you said still from the god of magic. So the lunar glaive.
Don't worry about that. Let's focus on vampirism here.
Okay.
That's what he believe.
Valenza Undela. Primogenitor of vampires. Dates back before most things. Archfey originally. They had a lover. They kind of they didn't want to settle down. And lover by the name of Malcio. Another Archfey from, I assume you all know of the day and night sides of the Feywild. That is some basic information. Perfect, no questions. Let's keep going. So, when Valenza didn't want to settle down, Malcio, being the jealous SOB that he is, decided to curse Valenza. And curse them so they could no longer dance in the sun that they loved, never step foot in the cool rivers of their court, never allow them to roam freely and where they please. A curse to give them a heart that can belong to no other, and a heart paralyzed to love another. And finally, a curse to hunt and crave the blood of mortals. Which Valenza was pretty close with the mortals at one stage, once upon a time being the noble 7 houses, which Samael definitely haven't given me a family name, so it doesn't sound like you guys have those. Personally, I think that means you guys are a little less, cool, personally. But for an example, myself, my name is Helios. I belong to the noble house of Sights. There is 5 noble houses, 2 dishonored houses. The noble houses are Sights, Valil, Lennox, Haster, and Xerius. The dishonored houses are Invin and Tavis. Each of these names belong to the original 7 people turned into vampires. The 7 strongest vampires, which, if you're saying Samael stole Valenza's blood, he is of at least equal power to one of the first generation of vampires.
Right.
Yeah.
Understood.
Tiefling lady, you had your hand up for a second, so we're doing questions as we're going.
That was me out of character.
Lennox.
Like
Lennox.
the computer. Okay. All I heard was Linux, and I got completely ripped out of the world. Sorry.
Right.
So, with that, I also now know, because of this brief little message I've received, couple concerns. Well, there's a noble house on the side of Quenthos now, which you guys say is a place. That is the House of Undela, which, traditionally speaking, no, Valenza has never let a vampire be bore from them. That guy is the difference. That guy's meant to help on that side, because obviously, I can't get to where you are. I can't be on your side for whatever reason. Doesn't even exist to me. But
Well, that's because the elemental plane of water.
yeah, no, we got past that.
Wait, you got past that?
No, you got past that. We already covered that.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
topic.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm sure technically you could still travel there through the words as it connects all the pathways.
I mean,
It would be
I
a
could
long
tr-
and
you need to know
harrowing,
where you're
dangerous
going.
journey, but
If
You
it
can
take
get
technically.
holy.
centuries with.
Lost.
I feel like we're leaving.
Anyways, it's not possible. Whatever.
Either way, Valenza, what we noble houses believe, embraced the curse after a time, embracing their own freedom, and opened up a new court in the Feywild, the Court of Knight's Embrace. Which, I suppose technically they're still part Archfey, but they're so much more than that now. The Court of Knight's Embrace is basically the after... When a vampire dies, that's where you go. So if Valenza's trapped, that means no afterlife for vampires, and that's... Albeit we don't like to die frequently, you know. Sometimes you get sunburned, sometimes you gotta go. Happens.
Wait, so you actually can't go out in the sun?
I can, but not for long periods of time.
That's very interesting, because neither him nor Samael have that problem.
Well, judging by the noble house of Undale over there, he's not full-blooded yet. That takes time. See, when you get turned, you can normally, for a survival rate anyway. For example, I'm full-blooded. I'm second generation. I was blooded by the original Sites. So, their name was just Sites. They didn't have family. They are the family name now. I'm taking over the clan. If I was to try and turn you, for example, Tiefling Lady, don't know your name.
Damani, pleasure.
Pleasure. If I was to try and give you enough blood to turn into a vampire right now, strong possibility you just die.
Valid.
The way you kind of do it traditionally, and I don't do it really at all unless it's an utmost needed. It's kind of hope. You don't need to know the difference. Doesn't matter. You normally start off by going partial, which they can still roam around in the sun for a little bit. They can, they can take a dip in a river. They can do a lot of the things mortals still can do. Then normally between 50, 100, 200, really depends on the person's blood and how well it progresses. For example, one of my family members recently, Esmeralda, found her injured, so she just got turned. She should have another few hundred years ahead of her before she has to make a decision. Maybe more, but you can kind of decide then if you want to go from half-blood to full-blood or half-blood to dead.
What a choice, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, it seems to be a pretty straightforward one, but there's some people that don't want it. There's some people that don't want the curse because some still see it as a curse. Like, we embrace it, we moderate it, we, consume blood and the sustenance we need to maintain ourselves responsibly. And then you have the likes of Tavis who see it as a gift and that it should just be fully embraced, and
Tavis?
One of the bad houses.
Oh.
And basically, what the dishonorable houses believe is, break it down this way. If I wanted to feed, I need blood. I need blood or something of the sort. Similar life essence. I can take a little bit from you now. Take a little bit from someone else a little bit more down the line. Yeah, it's great. Top tier. Yeah, better than any wine.
Seems kind of
I'll take a little bit, because that's all I need to keep me going. A Tavis will drain every last drop from you in one go. They won't leave anything.
Quite rude.
Not moderation.
Mood. Yeah, dampens the mood. Bringing this back to the whole wine thing. Is it comparable?
I mean, full-bodied red is a full-bodied red.
True. I like him. I'm looking over at Spain.
I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
I've never needed to drink blood, or felt the need to drink blood.
Yeah, so, it kind of broke down by the, and I imagine you're a little bit different, so each of the original 7 noble houses was one of the ones first turned by Valenza. Some of them absorb someone's dreams, some of them absorb someone's energy, someone can absorb someone's magic. There's different ways. Sites, for example, it's blood. We're traditionalists that way, you could say.
What consuming dreams cause for a person?
You mean if you didn't know you were doing it to them, you could probably give them nitmares, make them wake up feeling like shit. If you know what you're doing,
Small.
honestly, you can kind of prep the targets for it, and they can put them nice to a sweet dream. You know, I find lavender helps a little bit.
The money gives a slow turn to Svein.
So does Merc.
All right,
I
guys, I'm
thought
connecting
that was
the
just
dots.
my own.
Guys,
Well,
don't worry,
the
I am
fuck's
connecting
name?
dots right now. I didn't fucking know.
Like,
To be fair, none of this comes with a manual.
That is quite fair.
Right.
is
Well, I just
Emmanuel
mean-
another one of the families, or sorry, my bad.
Oh, you're
she's
really
one of
not good
those.
at humor.
No, I'm not good at
She's trying her
talking.
best.
Either way, if you think a lot of people think vampires are just undeath, I suppose technically it's a form of undeath. It does stop death when it is needed, but it's a fey lineage.
Right.
You have
That's a
Derek.
curious way.
No, I've never fought anything by the name of Derek. Who's Derek?
And why is
I'm-
he cool?
Derek's actually a very good wizard friend of ours, but I
They're
don't think that's what you're after.
I mean,
They're
I
the
know
type of-
Derek.
No, I don't know who that is. They're a type of undead hive mind, basically.
They're a
Not
sentient
very
ghoul.
fun.
I did
Yes.
not. I don't imagine you would, as the Emperor of Gauls' progenitor and exists over here on
To
this
be
side
fair,
of the
they're
world.
underground. It could connect.
So far, though, we have
I mean,
tried
I've been.
tracing the
I'm
underground.
quite close to Minrel
passages.
Vin. There's a lot of like Duragar. If you guys,
The fuck is a Duragar?
What are those?
it's like a dwarf.
What the fuck is a dwarf?
What's a dwarf?
I mean, like
I
these
feel like
stocky
you-
mountain guys, kind of short, very good at construction.
Oh, you're weird. This
We don't
place
have
Is there
those.
any way that you can just like make these things exist in some form of illusionary form? I need a picture to go with what the fuck is
Actually-
being said right now.
I'm a
This
visual
is-
learner.
This is something I'm curious about. Do you have this? Is this from your side of the world?
This is my manor.
As Calcinder will minor illusion a depiction of Bran as a half orc.
Yeah, that's a half-orc.
Something
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
half.
Wait,
orc.
that means that that means the
Orc.
archdevils connect to both sides.
I mean, yeah, there's the 7 regions of hell.
Well, yes, but
Well,
they
all
also
planes-
spit people out.
I mean, all of the planes connect across each other, regardless.
Well, yes, but we're divided by another plane.
But, no, but like the gnomes of Vistastead have a belief that there is
What's a
land.
gnome?
What's a
It's
gnome?
kind of
What's
like a halfling.
What's a halfling?
What's a halfling? You're saying these.
Is that
weird
anything
words
like
to
an
me,
arena?
I don't-
Or a
Like
plane?
where you fight?
No, like a
I mean-
little spiky creature.
All right.
We keep talking
I
about
have a
small
question.
things. I mean, the
I have a-
closest that we have to that are goblins.
Yeah, we got
That's
those.
true.
Okay, you
Oh,
have
right.
goblins. Okay, yeah, they're quite nice. Very good druids.
Do
and
you
such.
do you know what an elf is?
Okay,
Yes, we
that's
have
just stupid. Of
elves.
course, I know what an elf is.
Well,
Alright.
to be fair, we didn't know.
Well, if I know
be
of the
honest-
original gods, the elves were the first race made in his image.
Yeah,
but there's
okay,
Right, but
So
we
you like
don't
know
know-
moon elf, sun elf.
Nope.
What the
Nope,
fuck
we
is a
don't have
moon and
either
a,
of those.
what?
We have prescient
What
elves.
the fuck is a moon and a sun?
We have
moon,
starless
sun,
elves.
What the? Hang on, you're
Yeah,
going
Do you
Rimro.
have
Just out of my head a
Elsage?
little bit.
Is it
I mean,
like
No.
half deer, half horse?
So-
We have half deer, half horse. Which half?
Half deer, half.
That's the question.
Half deer, half. God damn it! Fuck.
1/3 deer, 1/3 horse, 1/3 person.
Can
Basically,
I
yeah.
just dial back to the moon, sun, elf part that you were talking
No.
about there?
We have
How? Why?
Who? When? Where? Sorry.
this is all quite interesting.
I feel like we're getting off topic. Swain, you have questions of vampirism, I assume. That's kind of why we're here. We can get distracted in a minute, but I feel like I've been guided to help you. Which honestly,
I feel like
wrong
you
person for the
probably
job, but
were.
I'm willing.
She just sent me. They sent me here. They sent me here. There's a lot going on. I prefer the distraction because I didn't have to think about it.
You need to. Avoiding things won't help you.
Helios, how the fuck do I do?
Well, It's an excellent question. I smoke, so
it
that's how
depends
I
on
get
who.
through it.
How do I utilize this vampirism shit in a way that won't get me killed on my side of the world, where they see vampires as evil undead creatures?
We only have one. So
To be fair,
he's not very
we have
nice.
vampire hunters over here that see us the exact same way.
Oh, okay, so it's just a universal thing. Cool.
To be
Why
fair,
do
we're
people
kind
not
of the
like
vampire hunters.
Yeah.
And actually, that is true. I did my whole thing with my old group before I met these guys. I was specifically hunting undead,
That just
including
sounds
vampire
ironic.
spawn.
Something.
Yeah, look,
I have
I'm
vampire
thinking about it
hunting
now.
other vampire. That sounds like a bad book.
To be
Honestly,
fair, though,
I'd be confident it'd be better if there was pictures to go with the words in those books, though.
Like a children's book.
Maybe if it was even like illusioned, like as like a play or something, maybe even.
Basically,
Anyway,
Off topic again. Off topic again.
Look, you gotta figure out how to feed on people without hurting them if you want to be good reputation. And using your abilities, I mean, as long as you're using them for good, that's always been my go-to. You're gonna have people that are gonna hate you just for the sake of you living anyway, so really gotta just stop caring about what they think.
There's no making atonement like me. Gotcha.
Who the fuck is Atonement?
A guy who didn't like me.
No, you know what the ultimate flex is? Become an ultimate, like, bad house, turn him.
That would be kind of a dick move.
he deserves it at this point. He killed you outright. for
I
Fair,
barely
nobody
any reason.
deserves it. I don't.
To be
Besides,
fair,
we don't turn people unless it is literally their deathbed and it is life or death.
Somebody in Atonement's defense,
No.
he did have like my whole issue was to fight and kill undead, and I was one of those things. I get where he's coming from. It still sucks though. I wish he would
It's
listen to
okay.
me.
But then I can also look at a zombie and I can look at you and go, these are not the same thing. Like, no, he doesn't get an excuse.
Wait, they're not?
I did kill one of our members. Again, I wish he'd listened to me more, but he's kind of thick-headed.
And we
Anyway.
eradicated an entire village and it wasn't our fault.
And killed
In
a
there.
king. My father-in-law.
Have you?
Lol.
Helios, ever since having this conversation with Valenza, I've felt inside of me what can only be described as frenzy. How do I stop that from hurting my friends?
Sound good.
I mean, you just pointed at something you're angry at instead, surely.
What if everything... I'm afraid that if I let it go, everything will look like something I'm angry at.
I personally smoke cigars. It keeps me calm. I get it. The bloodlust is part of the curse. There is, like Valenza, there's no controlling it. You just gotta strive to moderate and keep things calm and not lose your shit at every moment. I'm 600 years old and I've lost my shit probably more than 600 times, so honestly, one a year, if you can maintain that, that's pretty good.
Best I could probably do once a week at this point. I'm gonna be honest. I can tell already. I'm gonna be losing a lot of my shit.
Then that's up to your friends then. If he loses his shit, point him at the thing he's meant to lose his shit at. Simple.
I mean,
That we can do.
I suppose I could, like, if we don't get into anything major once a week, I could see if I could summon something for you to take your anger out on, perhaps?
And if you
That
need a
could work.
timeout, we can always put you in a mental prison and then you're fine.
Like
Yeah,
a celestial
I can trap
punching
you.
bag?
I can trap you in a force cage for a few hours.
I don't think I want to be trapped alone by myself. That sounds like a bad thing, just for my own
I was
safety.
mainly
I
joking.
mean, we
don't
don't
worry.
want you to be trapped alone by yourself either, but it's better that if you think that you're going to go absolutely bananas and
I
destroy
mean-
us.
Look,
What's a banana?
you're... I don't know if this will transfer across, but it might help for a little bit. If you die, it will come right back to me as he starts to unbuckle his longsword. This is the sword from Sights. I'm not using it right now. But hands of a vampire could do a bit of work. If there's someone out there trying to drag Valenza through the dirt, think of a good use for it.
Sven is really confused because he doesn't know how dreams work properly. He's just like, huh?
Don't think about it too much.
Don't think you precisely.
I mean,
So
I try not to think.
If I
of
take
it.
this, it's going to come with me because I'm
Maybe.
still pretty sure
We don't know.
we're not
Try it.
here.
Okay, but
Are
No,
we?
but there are some things that can, some properties that can pass through.
I mean, this fucker
I'm
literally
gonna-
went from starless to star elf in a dream. And look at it. It's
That's
stuff.
true.
Sven,
You did it in a
can
dream?
I try something? Can I try something, Sven?
Honestly, no.
Okay. Well, do you want to try something? Do you want to slap me and see if it's real?
That's why
It
I
hurts
said
me,
no. I
that's
figured
really
you're gonna try and. I
Mark.
figured you're gonna do some stupid shit. I'm just,
Mark, you are wiser
Helios.
than this.
Helios, I appreciate the gesture. I'm going to try and take the blade. I don't know if it's going to come with me.
Oh no, it probably won't. But I'm gonna throw it through the little woad grove I have in my manor, and it can probably track Valenza's blood. So just make sure you catch it.
Gotcha. I appreciate the warning. I'm very afraid.
If he does not catch it, do this exact same dream. Make an illusion. I want to see how it went.
Right.
I will catch it. I'm not going to embarrass myself again.
I'm gonna just guidance.
Why
I
would
have
you do
faith
that
in
right
you.
now? We're in a dream.
Yeah,
It lasts a minute and time doesn't flow, does it?
No,
I don't know how
depends.
dreams work.
the spell still takes 8 hours,
Yeah.
does it not?
It's still, time flows. We're not in a demi-plane or a different plane of existence where time stops. We're not in the Feywild.
I
or
honestly have
anything
no
like
idea.
that.
We've done this like once.
No,
Well,
it-
I've done this
No,
once.
you know how
this
this works.
lasts 8 hours.
Right.
Also,
Long or short.
Question
out of
for
character,
you.
you have access to the dream spell too. You know how it works.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Clerics do
You
not have
used
access.
to?
No. Never
What was
had
Anna
access to
used
dream.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, never mind then.
Anna at one point had access to Dream.
Yeah.
Anna had it. Okay.
A question. So, if in case Svein wishes to contact you again, Helios, I can reopen this to you. We are open to that.
You'll have to give me heads up because I don't sleep. Also, if this Samael is not it is full blood vampires, there is a common misconception that we're immortal. That's not true.
That's
Do you have any
good.
help for weaknesses?
Well, we age at about a 14th the rate of humans, so live
I'm
1400
thinking
years. Just wait him out.
short-term. No, we need more of a short term kind of a thing.
Yeah, he's
We
probably
just
got a
wage
few
war an
centuries left.
entire kingdom.
You know, if you're really stuck for ways to kill him, I mean, fuck, you could go and find one of Malcios' palaces in the nighttime realm of the Feywild. There's artifacts of Malcio are basically so you know the way a lot. I don't know if it's ever your way. People assume garlic is bad for vampires.
We
Yeah.
have one
I have
vampire.
Okay, well, see, that's
Well, we
because
could, but he died. The other one
the
died,
way
so-
the artifacts of Malcio is written in Sylvan begins with a symbol that looks like a GRA. So people thought it was garlic.
Oh.
Yeah.
G.
Right.
Wait, GI or G?
Yeah, look, commoners are not smart.
That's true.
It was a
Try
bad
to use-
translation that
no.
stuck.
That's Spain has an intelligence of a commoner.
So yeah, like
But if you
No,
are
it's not
looking
much
for
better.
something, an artifact or so, they're the weakness. They're more than the
Right.
running water. You know the sunlight, but if you're looking for something that's gonna hurt go into the shadow side of the night side of the Fey realm and seek out a Palace of Malcio. Try not to die in the Palace of Malcio. It's an archfey. He's still alive. He's very dangerous. Don't trust him if you meet him.
Oh, we're breaking and entering. God.
Breaking in
Another-
yeah. Simple B&E.
Right.
A question relating to that vaguely. The night side, shadow side, whatever of the Feywild, is that where the Shadow Fey come from? Might be a stupid question. But
No.
It's a shadow
Yeah.
Fey.
It's a
Shadow
type of
Fae
elf.
are those connected to the Eye of Ruin that came through the Shadow Paths with him.
Sure.
That's right. Forgot
I
about
mean,
that.
did they not like send a message before they fucked off from your side of the world?
No.
The reason, no, there's a lot of See, we weren't even sure if the state of this side of the world, how living it was.
We had, God, the past 600 years, well, we had the Age of Mysticism ended, the Thaumaturgic era, the whole thing. Mosaic era, black
Right.
magic. Magic is very, very uncommon now. No,
Rolling
gods
for
to
a
help it.
nosebleed.
Magic is uncommon.
no, it's
I don't get
there's no
nosebleed
gods
good.
to repair the weave of magic around it because magic is innately tied to the gods. So they're the ones that kind of fix the weave. Every time you cast a little spell, it tears a little hole in the weave. Of magic,
Yeah?
yeah, and basically the think of it as like magic is God's sweat. That's how I've always looked at it. It just comes
That
off of them.
is-
Does that
Gross.
apply to the
Correct.
Ascended as well? I guess it would.
Well, as we've seen at places that have been touched by the guiding light that we visited, the weave has been more vulnerable, been more open and malleable.
Mhm. Mhm.
Fair.
It's big magic
Ooh,
hurts it more.
actually.
What was the dragon? How
Another-
did you kill the dragon?
We didn't kill the dragon.
You didn't kill the dragon.
No, there is a dragon, and it is, well, it is an issue. But that's why we're hiding here. That's why we're good where we're at.
Right.
Be-
So what
I don't-
happened to all of your gods then?
The dragon,
The
the
dragon.
horned
killed the
serpent.
Right, but
Mhm.
you said that was a recent issue.
Well, recent in terms of vampirism. It's a couple of, like, I think maybe it started 200 years ago.
both. So he
roughly.
never left.
No, he was woken up.
Oh, it went to sleep.
Who would do that? Who would wake him?
Some fool.
I assume that's another prior campaign thing.
That's what
That's
Raph
right.
did.
That's
that was
whose fault is
me
the
and
Dragon
James.
King?
That was just me.
Look, elves are
Um,
rare because I suppose the best way to put it is they're currently in the process of being all murdered.
What?
Lovely.
Well, the
Um,
horned serpent. Recent reports have it that they've fused with the jeweled wings to be a very, very strong. The Dragon King, I suppose. Yeah, you did use that term. And yeah, elves are outlawed, which is odd, outlawing a people. But the Dragon Knights deal with them.
Hey, they pretty much did it with tieflings.
Your dragon is trying to come to our side of the world.
That wouldn't surprise me. Conquers everything. There was elves. We used to have sun and moon elves, but a long time ago, 200 years. Started in Bex.
So you don't know any. You haven't been fighting it at all. You've just been letting it roam around.
Oh no, people tried. We're past fighting it now. This thing's gonna conquer the world. A lot of countries have bent the knee just so they can live. You can't fight this.
Okay. Let's
And-
What's
let's.
the plan?
Can we
We've all
just
been killed? Elves?
Some are on the run. There's a hefty bounty on anyone's head, on any elf's head, and you get a lot of money if you report it to one of the Dragon Knights. The dissidents, they call them.
Why would it ban all of the elves?
Beyond my scope of knowledge.
Does Calicindia know the connection between Starros? No.
Can I just steer just back to things that we can control and can, actually do something about, rather than, a dragon king or whatever? What do you know about liches?
I mean, that feels vaguely unrelated to everything we've talked about.
I mean, yes, but also you are powerful and, you have a lot of experience on your belt.
That's just flattering.
And so I'm trying, all right? I assumed that you would know something or more than we would know about liches in terms of weaknesses or anything, or easy ways to get around them, because we've got one here that has tried to kill us twice.
I think someone else generals is a lich.
Okay, as generals now, perfect. There is no easy way for liches. That's kind of why they make themselves liches. You gotta find the phylactery, you gotta destroy it, and if you don't know that much, then you're fucked. Just roll over and die.
Pretty much.
We did know that much.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Just back on my whole shtick.
Yeah.
The night side of the Feywild how do you get there? Do you just walk into the Feywild and just happen chance it's nighttime?
No. So you wanna go into? I assume you have roads. You want to walk in. Well, most of the roads are being burnt, so hopefully they don't burn your side.
Roads are being burnt.
Doesn't matter right now. You will go into the Feywild. You got to find archways. If you can read Sylvan, some of the archways. Well, you want to look with the archways that have Sylvan written on them. You walk through the archway in the right order, you could probably end up in the right place.
What's the right order?
Well, normally from smallest to largest archways, you go down the line. They'll bring you into it. They'll look mundane, they'll look like stone carvings, but if you can read the Sylvan, and it will normally denote the location you're going to. You can go anywhere with the woad once you know the pathways. It's why I couldn't just go to where you guys are, because in my woad, I don't have the pathways to where you are. I have pathways into a grove in the Fey realm in Vitrosian and to the sun side near Valence's old court.
So,
Okay.
in theory, if we find Valencia's old court, we could technically find your pathway?
If you could find Valencia's old court. But you'd have to search the Fey realm, which is very,
Expensive.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Just saving that for later. That's a future me thing.
Okay. That's good.
That's if there's not magics blocking the way. Someone could be blocking the way. Also, if my grotto doesn't get completely burnt to the ground by the dragon, as long as he doesn't find us.
Hey,
Just
let's
stay
stick
hidden,
with
you're
optimism. We can do this. Yay.
Regardless, it is a pleasure to meet the 8th noble house.
Spain is just like really awkward. He goes and does a really awkward bow.
Yeah, do we bow to you as well, Sven?
You remind me of
I don't know.
a guy I
Yes.
knew for a while. He also did not know how to act within his house. He was Astus Valil. He was an awful vampire. But maybe he'll do better.
My boy!
Awful vampire isn't a terrible person, or is
No, it's an
being
awful
a
at being
vampire?
a vampire.
Right.
Like Asus and I are going to have a lot in common.
Yes.
Hi, what? Everyone got excited. I don't know the name
That
again.
is Chris and Erin's grandfather, also
Sorry,
Chris's
it's-
war
it's-
patron.
Yeah. X campaign. NPC.
Yeah.
Now I know
Yeah.
how chat feels.
You're welcome.
I was going to explain it in a second. I just wanted to quickly finish the conversation.
Sorry.
Yeah. So,
Do well, get rid of this vampire, free Valenza. Hey, Corsair's Cove, raiding us with a party at 12. How you guys doing?
Ooh,
How was your
hello,
stream?
hello.
How's things?
Welcome,
What were you
Raiders.
up to today?
Can we get some
Yeah.
hashtag free Valences in chat, boys? All right.
Free Valenza. You're playing some tabletop RPGs. What tabletop RPGs are you messing around with today? How did that go? Tell us all about it.
We're
Yeah.
going down memory lane for people who have memories of past campaigns before streaming.
We have
It's-
people who have
We're
memories.
also catching up to date on people who weren't here before on the lore of vampires and how that all works for
Yeah.
which is
That's
one of my
amazing.
favorite Des laws that they've ever written.
it's so fascinating. Like,
There's vampires on the other side of the world, guys. Did you know that? I did.
7 noble houses.
It's like a
just the concept of having vampires actually be phased to begin with is fucking awesome. It's sick.
Crying out village and necromancer. Ooh, nice.
Well, that's cool.
How did it go? Yeah, we're talking a lot of vampire lore, so if you have questions, shoot them out in chat.
Mm-hmm.
The sort of sites will help you.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably look into becoming full-blooded sometime,
Gotcha.
because you said this Samael's a saint, so I don't know what divine powers he has, but at least on the level of vampiric power, if you get full-blooded as a first generation of Valenza, you'll have the same vampiric power as him.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite helpful. How do you avoid the
Yeah,
whole sun
quite
thing,
well.
though?
Don't go out on a
Just
long
bring
period
a-
of times and carry umbrellas.
I was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
was
I just
gonna
bring
say
a really
umbrellas and
like
gloves.
dense
Isn't an
leaf or
umbrella
something.
does enough? You just need kind of partial shade?
No, you just can. No, it has to be strong. It'd be a quite thick, like a vellum umbrella.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Just
I'm sure
imagine,
it's
imagine
something.
Spain.
I think I'm just gonna be
Same.
walking around completely head to toe in cloth from the sounds of it. So that sounds weird.
Mm.
Look, you'll get used
Just
to the
Spain with this
nightlife.
little parasol.
I would
like a
recommend
cocktail umbrella.
Zarsan because it's quite not Zarsan, Zaran, because at nights it's quite nice. there.
Right.
It's in the desert.
Zaran.
Well, we have a desert too, but it's not called that.
We have Sutemtra.
This seems like again we're having the same issue we always have.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
There has been a lot to take in from this.
I can
Well,
give you a
yeah,
quick
different
brief
concepts.
rundown on Sun and Moon Elves, the original worshippers of the Dawn Watcher. When he first left after the War of the Gods ended, they disagreed on which part of him he should be worshipped, so the split between the half sun, half moon of his emblemage was split into the two ancestral divide between them. They
That
resided
sounds-
in Lunacourt, they were split by the Great Gates, and eventually Bex
sounds
fell and so
awfully
did
familiar.
Lunacourt.
Do you know what side left with him?
No
'Cause
one
they
left with him.
broken. So then, he didn't take elves with him when he
He
popped up
didn't
over
go,
here.
he's gone. We don't know where he's gone. That's part of the problem. We've no gods here. No gods to fight the Dragon King.
Hmm.
Oh, none of our gods can get along, so they're locking.
Well,
each
that was
other
I'm
kind of why none of
working
our
on it.
gods are awake anymore. None of them got along.
I'm working on that. It's difficult.
Good to know somebody is.
It's very draining. The whole sun moon thing reminds me a lot of the split in Celelio's worshippers at the moment.
Don't know who that is.
An ascended god.
Goddess of the wildfire. She.
I feel like just by throwing out a lot of names, we're just confusing one another a little bit.
It
So-
seems to be a recurring issue.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but there's only one god of fire, and that's the spirit of fire, earth, air, and water. This the elemental god.
You have elemental gods?
We have different sides of the world. We've established this. Goddamn.
Yes,
Wait,
okay, but they're
it's
the
curious to
differences
find
are
the differences.
interesting.
But the old
Y'all keep
gods
getting-
transcend.
I keep
transcend
getting
that.
lost in each other. It's insane.
I mean, the
No,
old
just-
gods transcend that. That is known. Dawn Watcher, Matron, Guiding Light.
I feel like you would get along with Esmeralda.
I think I would. Like saying.
We
we know
don't.
you would.
We don't have like elemental gods.
Well, no, it's the god of the elements. It's not an elemental
We don't
god.
have a
Right.
god.
Really, just out of curiosity, can you imprint the image of Esmeralda into Kel's head?
No,
I think I would
can't.
have to kiss him on the lips.
That's
On the
fine.
lips.
I'm
Oh.
only messing. I just know that from there was a giggle sent across.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't do that, unfortunately.
Alright.
Okay.
Just tell her that the Guiding Light is returning. And I will see to it.
Returning, that's going to be a tricky thing to broach because she doesn't think he's gone. There is a temple atop the Lost Mountains that is meant to be a very holy ground, but extremely difficult to get to. It's basically her whole thing.
Well, you
Right.
see, on this side of the world, he got kind of fucked. So now he's kind of broken, and so you have like another split that happened between the prescient elves and the starless elves because he literally shattered, and so he's this big amalgamation now. And half of them thought that, oh well, he's fucked, so we're good, and then the other half are like, no, we're gonna put him back together. And
Elves,
kid's-
I'm right.
yeah,
He really just added elves T emoji.
they can never get along. So I'm trying to bring them back together, and God, they try.
Why can't we be
Why is
friends?
Elvish so hard?
The
Why?
language is
It's
quite
weird.
simple.
Do you
Yeah, I mean,
have
it's not
any
that tough.
chips? Because I'm having trouble. To be
Mm.
fair, I've only had like 3 lessons at this point, though.
Well, try 30 and then we'll see where you're at.
Oh, fuck.
We'll get there. Don't you worry.
You're all very curious. But
So are you.
We've been called worse.
Honestly, I'm just having so much fun learning about the other side of the world and that it's alive and somewhat kind of thriving.
It was
say
not
that.
known.
Well,
by
we
the
have had a
people-
boon in inventions recently. We have just had a quite. Do you have sky ships yet?
Let's not.
What?
Please don't get
No.
into more. This seems like it's
No.
got a whole can of worms.
No, but that's
You
fascinating.
have sky ships?
A new magic was just discovered, actually. I remember hearing about it.
That is true.
Artificery.
Oh yes,
That
that we
one.
have a similar resurgence. But well, when the whole supplement came out, the magic started healing itself, and that was the end of the prosaic era and the start really of what is the age of dragons. And well, yes,
How long ago was that?
200 years.
Oh, ours
They're ahead
started
of us.
about this year.
Yeah, very recently.
Yeah, like
About
3
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Tell me,
Uh,
are you yourself a scholar of arcane matters, Helios?
I am a scholar of arcane matters, but artifice is Kratko's region.
But-
Right. But surely you must have developed different forms of magic on your side of the world.
Many
I
forms
would-
of magic.
No, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is something that would take up far too much time. I'm sorry. I'm far too curious into this.
Oh, we only have 8 hours. Come on now.
I'm sorry.
3 hours later. So, do you have
So, wait.
pink
Illumination
pink
magic.
focus?
Fascinating. Graviturgy. Interesting.
I hope that you're close by a word. The sword does not fly very fast.
Oh,
Uh,
how can I get a gauge on how exactly fast that sword flies?
Only messing it should get you rather quick.
we're like Merc would be able to estimate how far we are from the nearest point in the word. Like we're like 4 or 5 days.
All right, I'll see if I can swerve it through a part of the Feywild that runs a little bit slower than you.
Sounds weird.
I'm gonna get impaled by a sword.
Quite likely. Don't be asleep for the next 24 hours.
Even if you do get impaled by a sword, let's be fair. Mark can bring you back.
I can try. It's expensive.
I don't want to
shit.
get stabbed by a fucking sword. I've been stabbed enough recently. It's not fun.
You should stop doing that.
Relatable.
I'm trying.
I mean,
To be fair, we did just kill him. So.
We are
Kill
attempting
the
to
fab
is
save
better
the
than-
world from this Samael, so
stabbed is better than crushed.
I mean,
I assume.
Depends on what you're crushed
Oh,
under,
no.
to be fair.
This has
I was
gotten
talking a
very
yacht.
horny
it
all of a
sounds like
sudden.
this is a very strange. I'm Swain here. This is a very strange place to drift into.
Cal, please don't adjust the settings of this fucking dream at all.
oh,
Like,
he can't. I snatched this the second it was cast.
well, you don't
I
fucking
thought
do
as much.
anything. I don't need the mood lighting to change here.
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
How did you snatch the dream?
Just impressive.
Actually, can you snatch teleports?
How many ways, though?
I mean, if I know who's casting it, yes.
Okay, is that a very, very powerful form of magic, or is it?
Yeah.
It
is
took
it
me
difficult
about
to learn?
200 years to master that.
So, yes.
It is
Okay.
incredibly powerful magic.
So, like, as in, we're talking 9th level.
You level your magic?
Yes. You
I
don't?
mean, everyone does.
Yeah, we do.
How high do
Not
your
so
magic
cheap.
levels go?
He's just being a shit talker.
Personally?
As they would say.
Well, sure.
I've been messing around with the opportunity of a 10th.
That's a thing. Fuck. Okay.
We recently had an event for the 10th happen on our side.
The same Merc. We know about a 10th level spell being cast.
Do we?
Yeah, the tip of the
Yes.
mountain being yeeted.
Yeah, a mountain being
Oh,
lifted
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
true,
sky.
true,
There's a
true.
conclave of
Yeah.
mages that managed to sever the top of a mountain and drop it on an army.
Took a conclave.
Hmm.
They were
Sacrifice
ahead of
themselves
you.
to empower the spell.
I mean,
Maybe.
you've been ahead of us in many other regards so far, but at this point, you're also ahead of us in the whole dragon genocide thing. So,
It's kind of rude, but yes.
to be fair, if you're going to
I
show
mean-
off,
Yeah. True.
Look, no one on this side of the world has done anything quite as dumb as releasing a god like that, so...
No, but
Yes.
they did manage to get one shattered.
they did.
Well, that
That
was
was
in a
the
war
Jotun.
against the Jotuns as well, so...
That's true.
You lost that?
No, we won.
Well,
Nicely.
no.
Wait, I thought
draw.
Draw.
Ascended haven't won. It was
I mean,
merely
if
a
you're
Who had
going
the
off of
until...
I guess it depends on what metric you're going off of. The Ons have way less land now.
There is no
Right.
Yawns.
The
Well,
war was
wait,
won
then.
on their side of the world, and then the Guiding Light decided to come over here to win it
That's
on
right.
his
I
side.
remember that. Yes. Yeah, it's partially
Wait.
because of the.
The Guiding Light decided to do a genocide, and then it just fell flat, and so the Ascendants took up the mantle.
Not quite.
I grew up on the streets. I didn't really go to history class.
I went to history
From
class,
the
but I just didn't
streets.
pay attention.
Again, wisdom.
I was raised killing vampires and undead.
Similar to Barrington.
I don't know.
I went to university.
Fair enough.
Fucking nerd.
To be fair, he's a prince, so he had all those fancy tutors and stuff.
Do that.
You know you can end this spell at any time after we've.
No, I was more
completed
leaving it
this
open, in which case Svein had any more questions to ask, but...
I
Or
don't
anything,
know
would you
if I do. I think my understanding is I need to figure out how to control my dream eating. We need to go to the Feywild to get
Oh,
some...
I thought you just no controlling the dream eating. I'll send a recipe of a tea you can give to whoever you're planning on eating the dreams of. It'll make them lose their dreams for the night.
Well,
Just
that
not
makes it
food.
so much easier.
Just tie it up with
But-
a sword.
We also have the thing of going to the night side of the Feywild to get some cool things.
I mean,
to
it's
help
an
us
option.
kill.
Is an option.
I don't want to go there.
Get some big sticks.
I would not.
I
Not
would like to
actually
weigh up our
sticks, but
options
like-
first.
Good to know that we have more options, though.
It is good to know we
Yes.
have more options. But once we've reached that stage, evaluate things as we are entering into many different dangerous situations.
Wait,
Yes.
wait.
Evaluate
Felix,
which
how
ones
the
we need to go into.
How the fuck do I become full-blooded? How'd you do it?
For you, the only blood that will suffice will be Valenza's, so you'll need to find and free Valenza, which is what your kind of whole purpose is. And then I'm sure you'll be given the boon of a full-blooded vampire from them.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. I know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know what I'm doing.
Well, bring friends. It's always easier to die as a group than it is to die by yourself.
You hear that, guys? We're dying.
I've already died quite a handful of times. I'd rather not.
Yeah, same.
I died at the ripe old age of 62, so that's where I'm at.
Oh, we're
Well
just
done.
full
You're
of
looking good
flexing,
for
huh?
it. You're looking very good for it.
Well, look, for a man of the age of 600 now, I'm not doing so bad.
Right.
I mean, I'm on my last one, so
Your last
I'm
one?
not.
That sounds like an issue.
well, if I die again, I'm stuck in a trophy room in hell forever.
I just I just imagine Helios going, sounds like a skill issue.
Look, maybe in 200 years he wouldn't, but at 600 he will.
Yeah, 100% the you problem.
I'm not really the owner of my own soul right now.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
Wasn't really much of a
I
choice,
mean-
to be fair.
Well, I guess two sides of a different coin with the two of us. One that entered into a pact willingly, and the other one who less so.
Yeah, I just called out for help, but he was the only thing that answered. Didn't really know the terms till after.
Technically, he didn't answer. It was a different guy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
trying to
not my
send it.
current patron, but I got traded as a toy because I brought you back, and I'm point over your cow.
That's right.
I mean-
That was that whole business is with being disintegrated. Anyway, I feel like we're tiring Helios a little bit with stories that he knows nothing about.
Yeah. Can I
Um,
just
No.
leave? Like, can we separately
No,
just
I
fuck
will
off?
sever the
Yeah,
dream.
it's all or
and
none.
We can only
Okay.
leave when I sever it.
Before we go, is there anything about our side of the world you'd like to know?
I
Is there
don't
anything
really
you're
care.
It's fair.
That's fair.
I love him.
Valid.
I mean, the perfectly
Yes,
nicest way possible. Go there. I've kind of got a Dragon King to worry about and hiding from that and creating a strong enough magical barrier that...
Question. This gems that are now floating around Rendleton, the Aura made. Do I know what those were made out of?
You know, they're sapphires.
There's a wizard here that made a strong magical barrier with large sapphire crystals. I don't know if that would be helpful to you.
I feel like that'd be very obvious if there was large chunks of sapphire floating above my home.
It's true. I didn't know if there was a way to hide it, but
Weren't some of them cloaked and Merc could see them?
No, you can see the magic connecting them.
Okay, cool. All good. Not that,
So,
the Dragon King would
if-
have.
If there's no more questions, Svein, I will sever.
I just want to say, Helios, I will probably see you in another dream again. I'm sure I'll have more questions. I'll harass him to bring me back, but
Perhaps next time we come with better questions and more of a clear intent in mind.
I didn't know what was going on. In my defense, everything is new. This is
I don't blame you, I
confusing.
blame them.
They also
I
didn't
think
know. I sort of
Kingfishers-
I dragged them kicking and screaming.
to be fair, he literally didn't tell us anything. He just said, "Hey, we're gonna have a dream." And I went, "Oh, okay."
They get distracted very easily as well, which probably didn't help.
Sounds like a bit of a skill issue.
But
In my
Fair.
my defense as well, I am still grappling with the whole issue of the impending genocide of my entire people when the Dragon King makes his way over here and how to prepare for that. So,
I mean, that is a bit
weighing
of a
me down a
concern.
little bit, I will say.
And in my defense, I got nothing.
Yes,
Helios-
you do, Merc.
provided you don't die in the next 1,000 odd years, I'm going to see if I can find your home. I want to meet you in person.
I mean, if you have to.
I have to.
We'll correspond a bit. Maybe I'll meet you.
And Svein is going to offer a handshake before Cal severs it.
It's a pleasure to meet the house. The leader of the house in Dale. I'm sure he'll do great things.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Helios, thank you for helping Spain.
You're welcome.
Sever the dream.
It's like, you're welcome and severs the ring.
8 hours pass. The party is over.
Oh, imagine.
Wait, actually,
You guys like it's what 8 hours after 6? No, it's still on. It's like 2 a.m. now, is it? Like roughly? Yeah. So a lot of people are going to bed. The dream
We'll just
takes
be
8
there.
hours.
The
We'll
dream,
just
but
be
you
there
can
for
say,
the
like,
next one.
in terms of the dream, I always thought it worked in terms of
Duration
in
8
terms
hours.
but in terms of that's how long it can last for. It can
That was
last for
not
8
like
hours.
with the amount of and I'd say it's maybe
I mean-
midnight by the time you guys get back. At least 6 hours have passed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Midnight is party hour. Everyone knows.
No, it's the witching hour.
Yeah.
Good effort.
When you guys come to, there is just like bards playing, there is music, there is revelry. There's still time for a bit of fun.
Cool, I'm guessing we'll probably all head down towards it.
I am on high alert as I am waiting for a sword to impale me. Perpetually looking around, on guard.
Watch Hideous is like, I'll do it in the morning.
Merc is watching because this will be funny. And also to help out if needed.
You make your way down. The revelry in full swing. There's a hush as you all walk in, looking to you, and then there's a like, there they are, and there's like round of applause, cheering, and just people shouting, just general like, some obscenity is like, fuck yeah, and, you know, there's like people probably drunker than they would like to admit.
Yeah, that's
Does it seem like everyone's taking part? Like a general mix of people?
Yeah, no, everybody, like commoner and starless troops there, like everyone is well into their cups.
So he's just gonna join right in, start dancing and having fun
Yeah.
with people.
So, is there anything you wish to say to the audience?
It depends. They're a little bit too rowdy from the sounds of things at this stage.
Yes.
Like, it's sounding like no one's really listening at all, so probably not. Like, unless there's a moment, but if everyone's already drunk and
Oh, yeah.
partying,
No,
probably not.
after a couple minutes after you guys get down, you see Ruventir, who's just like bandaged up face, wobbly, gets on top of a table and just boof, you see like waves across the top of everyone. It just goes, silence! My liege! Speech!
Speech.
Speech, speech, speech. And the entire crowd just starts slamming the table.
Oh, no. Allison just stands up, just a glass in his hand. Looks out over just this group of people who are probably drunk, but then also drunkenly trying to pay attention. Him far too serious in the moment, be like, oh, fuck it. Starless, Goliaths, people of Burton, those of you that have come from far and those of you that have lived here for your entire lives, today we all faced a great evil. One that some of us have already faced countless times in our lives, and one that some of you have faced today for the first time. But also one that some of us will continue to face. But we also stand here victorious. This field of battle out there, marked with blood and shattered blades, marks our victory, our triumph, and the first of many. We are all here, bonded through our collective victory. We owe this great victory to ourselves, to our bravery, our rage against the darkness that threatened to consume our homes here, but also to our fallen, our allies, our loved ones that now rest at peace, those that gave themselves that we may now yet live. Let us carry their memories with us. For the starless here, I will say this: until we meet among the stars, for that is where we shall see them again. But I raise my glass to them, as I also raise my glass to all of you, my people. As Calacinda raises his glass and finishes his drink.
It was kind of like a second of quiet. It's like, it's definitely not matching the energy of the crowd. And then your Goliath ambassador, you just hear him go, fuck yeah, stars! And everyone just drinks. It's not the sort of crowd Calacindir can speech at that well, unfortunately. But they're appreciative of your speech.
Fully expected the Goliaths to break the glass, just fucking shatter on the floor.
Fine, give me a perception check.
Oh god damn it! I knew it was coming,
Could I
but I
be-
still wasn't prepared for it.
Could I basically be next to him, just guiding him every so often?
It's a pretty good fucking roll. My perception is pretty good too. 25.
25. You see something out one of the windows. You think for a second it's a shooting star or a glimmer, and then you realize it's coming straight for you. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
As
Danger
Svein,
sense.
Svein does see it coming, he's gonna go, "Oh shit!" and very audibly yell. Danger sense gives me
Alright, here we go.
advantage? It does.
No, just
I
making
don't
sure
have
there's
my
no
usual
people
stats.
between the path of the window and Svein.
It's a pretty decent roll. Oh shit, 25 again. Let's go.
So you throw your hand up and you grab, and you grab at the hilt just in time. The sheath continues flying off. In your hand, you see a slender, elegant longsword, crafted of gleaming silver metal, glittering with an otherworldly light. Its hilt adorned with entwining vines and delicate flowers, the pommel shaped like a blooming rose. Very heavily imbued with magic.
God damn, this is cool as shit.
Let's fucking go.
For
one,
Jen and the audience, AJ's old character Aaron once
Yeah.
used this sword whilst fighting his mother, or her mother in this situation.
Yeah.
This is the Sword of Sights, more commonly known as Thorn Whip.
Oh, that's cool. I need to go get that sheath.
Yeah, then you went out another window, Spain gets up and says, "Oh fuck!" And you go outside, it's in
Can't
the
lose
grass,
that.
it's a green sheath, for fuck's sake.
Spain's like, fucking can't lose that. So it's gonna be so bad he finds out I fucking lost the sheath.
But with revelry and merriment, you all finally get a long rest.
Yes. I mean, yes.
Now, AJ, does the hero's feast finally tick off now?
Yes.
24 hours, so
yes.
I'd say so, yeah.
Well, it's a little. So, the morning comes to. Kamazinder, you have a scroll for where you know you wish to go soon, and for what you wish to do with it.
Mhm.
You have a morning to, and as advised by your advisor, talk to some of the people around the castle, perhaps get your chance to get any affairs in order. And you wish commanded, any money you wish to drop off. You do know there's money on the way from Burton? Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks to but what is our final preparations?
I need stats for that sword.
I'll give it to you after
I'll
the
let
game. don't
other
worry.
people go first because mine might take a little bit.
I will go and offer to. Is it Ruventir that lost the eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go offer to Ruventir to regenerate the eye if they would like.
He would happily accept it.
Cool.
As you
Yeah,
go,
for the next
he kind of
minute.
goes, my question, thank you. It will take me a long time to grow one from scratch.
Wait. You actually could have done that?
I mean,
That's
there is
wild.
different. In short, yes.
Starlet's just built different.
That's kind of weird, not gonna lie. But yeah. And Merc will finish the casting of it, and you just see, or since Ruventir's the only one in the room, he would see just this, like, Merc's eye is just ablaze with flame as she just touches it to the ruined eyelids. And yeah, fire races through it, spiraling in, and the eye begins to slowly grow back over the next hour. After 2 minutes, sorry.
Hour would be
Restored
rough.
after 2 minutes. Yeah, no, hour is the duration of the spell. So they regain 1 hit point at the start of each turn. Yeah. But 2 minutes to get the eye back.
Zamani, what do you wish to do then?
A few things. I guess that morning, super hungover with breakfast, Zamani just like starts like taking like a piece of paper out of her journal, and she just like writes down, kind of like trying to focus as much as she can, like everything that just happened, like all of the dream stuff, all of the things, just an update, and she folds it up and she just like burns it in a candle at the table.
Rose gonna not understand half of these things. It's gonna be a scribbled mess.
Wait, they have gnomes? What the fuck's a gnome?
So, you look to it, it's burning and it takes a while, and you're wondering, will you see any response? Party really wants one. It's been a while. And
she doesn't want to impose at all.
True, but after a couple moments, another like almost like you see the fire almost spitting a page back out, unburning it.
Super
It
cool.
lands on the table. It just goes, "It's nice to hear from you. I'm actually aware of all of this. I'm from the other side of the world originally."
So it just takes out another piece of paper, and you just see like the quill like it's like skipping on the page almost. So she's like scraping down. So you're like, what? And then you just like toss it back in the fire.
It's the most awkward conversation.
Burn
This is literally a
quicker,
text
burn
message.
quicker.
This is dead after text message.
She like
Bitch, the
sits
fuck?
up and like slams her hand on the table like,
It comes back a couple seconds later. Yes, I was from a small place called Rivik in Grandmasteru. It's where I met my wife and where my children were born.
she's like, I had no idea. I'm sorry, this is kind of amazing. This kind of blows my mind. I thought all of the Ascended were from over here. How did you get over here? Like, just like, how does this work? How the hell did you get Ascended when they're on the other side of the world? Just like kind of like
Oh, you get a response. All of that's a secret.
It's just a shh emoji.
she just sits back. Fair.
Sad face.
Then like fair underneath like a little space. She's like, oh my god, what's his name? The Prescient elf with the shard bit. Rangoper.
Trenin.
Did you manage to get the shard from Trenin? Is everything okay?
There's no responses anymore.
That's fair.
You.
She's like, damn. I definitely want to go find Cal and just tell him.
I'm trying to remember, did Xerxes tell Cal that when they spoke?
I don't think so, actually.
Xerxes
think
told
so.
Cal that his brother was the Lord of Decay, and we already knew out of character that the Lord of Decay is from Darapadan because of the visions Imani saw of him as a child when the flag of a place in Darapadan, but we don't actually know that it's Darapadan because we don't know the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so he's from town. Galasin just trying to ask Zamani all the questions.
Yeah, somebody like runs up, like she's like he's like in the middle of talking. She's like, "I'm so sorry," and she like grabs him, pulls him away. She's like, "Xerxes is
What is
from
it?
Darapadan."
Is that face, huh?
Huh.
He's from this place. He had a wife here. He just like it's from over there,
But for him to...
right? He didn't respond. He said it was a secret.
That means he must have come over with the Guiding Light.
Probably, but maybe we don't know.
Kate, can you check your handouts and just see if that's visible to you?
How old is
Yeah,
Xerxes
absolutely.
then?
I have no idea.
I do see it, yes.
Or have a peep.
The fuck?
How long has it even shattered? Because he would have had to have ascended, right?
Might be a few thousand years old.
He ascended after. But he's a tiefling, so he can't be like old.
What's going on?
You could be a tiefling with elven lineage.
Who?
That's fair.
She
I have more
was
questions to ask.
no, I'll answer that. She's currently in the process of trying to change her patron to Xerxes. That's why they
I'm
got to steal an
cheating.
artifact. She prays to Xerxes. She's
Unfaithful
trying to get
warlock.
Xerxes to
Praise to
take over.
Xerxes, praise to Xerxes. So, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
Right?
God, I've got some more questions.
I didn't know that.
Meanwhile,
Did he
Kate's bleeding
say?
intensifies.
I just
Issue.
Did
I
he
just-
say anything?
no. I literally I grabbed the piece of paper and just put it on the table. You can't
It's just
keep
blank now.
this. Shut up.
No, they're there. They're in Cersei's handwriting.
Yeah.
Also, each of them was very obnoxiously autographed at the bottom.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's
yeah.
adorable.
Xerxes Strand.
It's fun, Bren.
Huh.
You should get some put some back in a little notebook.
What?
I just thought that you might want to know.
No, that is very interesting. I had no idea.
Me neither.
Um,
Well, because I wanted to let him know about everything that we had explored and learned about it. He was just like, I know. I was like, what?
I've got so many more questions.
Right?
Fuck.
But everything else is a secret, apparently, so we're fucked. So we don't get to know. We just
I
now
feel
get
like
to
that's
sit.
just him also joking a little bit, saying it's all a secret with a lot of these things, and part of his whole shtick he's got to keep up, I suppose.
Also, you can't really tell a good story through paper.
Well, exactly. He's got to weave it into some sort of narrative, elaborate as it
Either
may
way.
be.
I thought it was very exciting. I thought you might want to know. Yeah, I'm gonna go say hi to Zelly. So,
Of course.
have fun being in charge.
Sorry, it's just fixing that last symbology there for you, Kate. I think it didn't say how you could do it. So just changing it.
Oh, yep. What about the one above that? And then the message.
That's just a number of times. You just use that. You just say when you want to do that.
But what's the quantifier? I DM'd you for we're just gonna keep it secret here. We're being secretive over here. Call us Xerxes, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of
Oh yeah, sorry, that's meant to say weapon data. So, or well, actually, technically,
How many
it's like a
days-
smite.
Gotcha. I see.
How many days do we have before we head out?
That's up to you guys.
Where are we heading? I've lost track.
Cal
What
has
are
a
we doing
scroll.
now? Scroll
They're
for
going
what?
to try and fight the
Cal
Into
hasn't
the
told-
temple
Cal
where the
hasn't-
Sphinx is.
Cal hasn't told us yet.
Okay, cool.
So Cal has to have a conversation with everybody, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Classic
yeah.
Cal, not telling people. It's crazy.
Yeah, however, there's a very good reason for it this time.
So yeah,
Will
I'm
we
gonna go
have-
find Zelly then, and
Yeah.
we're gonna go spend the day together.
Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah.
How do we tackle my new items and also attuning to the cloak?
How many attunement slots do you have?
I've got enough for the sword. I assume it's an attunement one. I've got one left that I can afford, but
You can attune to this.
I've gotten the new shield, the new boots, and I'm attuning to the cloak. I would have done that over the
The
night.
new boots
I
are
don't know
not attunement.
Again, they aren't?
No, the ones that give you the dex.
Oh.
No.
I thought they were.
No.
Well, in that case, never mind. I have lots of slots left for attunement.
Magic.
But I'll say probably Cal would spend the morning, sort of early, it's around midday, just handling everything before speaking to the group, before trying to collect everyone. But he would definitely try and look for AJ. Why is that AJ? Merc
Wow.
and Spain first.
The time.
Easy enough.
Yeah, Mer could be it. Wherever the I assume there's like a like like the disaster relief sort of tents that always crop up after disasters, like that sort of area.
They just
like
grow.
the whole like.
But he just,
Well,
they just spring out
no,
of the
you know
ground.
how
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
always
yeah.
like a section that's set aside for like medics and that sort of thing. Merc will be there doing her best to help.
Easy enough. Gather you both together. Svein, Merc, I have something to bring up. Our next destination. I have here, as he pulls out the teleportation scroll, teleportation to a site which contains a great artifact, which we will use to trade Zamani's soul back from the Lord of Disintegration.
Where
No.
and what?
What's
In the
catch?
Ceruvian Desert. In the Ceruvian Desert, the Umberash Scrolls.
Is there a catch? I feel like there's a catch coming.
No, we go there. It will probably be dangerous. But compared to what we've just faced, less than that. Less than fighting Samael's generals.
This will be a cakewalk.
But-
Fantastic.
Maybe not a cakewalk, but less life-threatening compared to that. But don't mention perhaps a lot of this around Zamani, because I do not exactly know what the Lord of Disintegration will do or will react. If he knows this in advance, or if he'll try and find a bit of revenge out, or torment out beforehand.
Okay, what's our story then? In terms of like, what are the Umberash scrolls? Well, the Umberash scrolls, sorry, actually used for? What is their purpose?
They're a courtesy.
Okay, so we're
Codex.
getting more strength and power to defeat Samael and the generals.
Precisely.
Sounds good.
I was just gonna go with not knowing anything about anything. It seems on brand so far.
Okay. Cool.
But of course, I wanted to tell the two of you.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any major plans.
Do you have any
Perfect.
idea of what we're
Did you-
facing on the other side of this?
I know that there are sphinxes.
Never
but
fought a
besides
sphinx.
that, neither. This has been new for all of us, I think.
Cool.
Um,
Love that.
But are you prepared to head out soon, or would you prefer a little bit of time if you need it for anything? I would personally like to head out today if we can.
Spain sort
Could
of
be a good idea to-
unsheathes his sword and just sort of slashes a bit. It's like, I could do some killing with this thing pretty soon, so I'm good to go whenever.
Right.
Would it be
Yeah,
a good
send your
idea to
message.
Cool, thank you.
speak to Kelsier? Since Kelsier has most likely done a lot of research on magical creatures and entities, I'm not sure what specific section of that a Sphinx would fall under, because they are, from what I've heard, sentient creatures. But perhaps he might know a bit more, because I know fuck all. I don't know what you know with your, degree and everything, Cal. Svein,
Well-
it's not undead, so you probably don't know anything about it.
That seems
respect.
rude but fair.
Rude, but
said with
extremely on
respect.
point.
So knowledge is power,
Right.
perhaps.
Perfect. I'll speak to Zamani, and we can head out later. So, be prepared.
Talk to Kelsier.
Calcinder will head off.
You make your way to Kelsier.
Hmm.
Very busy. He's already started, like, kind of repairing stuff around and like getting everything ready, getting like things repaired, cleaning his kind of de facto classroom.
Yeah. Merc will take, like, I don't know, a sandwich and, like, a glass of water or something like that, or like a coffee, something. Basically, he's been working hard. Here is something to break, like to have a break and eat, and we can talk.
He sits down, kind of addresses you both. Well, how are we?
Better than yesterday.
Looks that way.
Are you
You're muted.
talking? You're muted, yeah.
Me?
No.
I was muted.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, Raph. I just see Raph going.
Nothing important. Just but doing well. How's everything been here?
It was very difficult to sleep last night. Everyone was quite loud.
Indeed, they were.
They deserved it.
Yeah, slightly, I suppose, a bit out of nowhere, this question, as it's nothing to do with undead or Zelly or the Keep or anything like that, but I'm also relying upon your knowledge of magical creatures. What do you know about sphinxes?
Drastically little, to be perfectly honest. I know they're sacred isolationists. They guard secrets and treasures. They're very closely linked to some of the old gods, in particular. They guard artifacts of them, or old beings similar to the old gods. There's believed to be a very small population of them encountered. I believe they would have originally come over with the dying god when all of humanity came over. They are fond of tests and riddles. They have been known to visit other planes and visiting different tombs of other sphinxes. They're mate for life, but they very rarely see each other. They're very prone to going mad without the dying god being around. I imagine there are quite a few of them left that are sound of mind. I'd say a lot of them would probably still believe themselves to be in a wartime state with the Jotuns and protecting lands from anyone that would intrude. I imagine it would be quite dangerous, to be honest. Make lairs and homes of habit. Very, very capable casters. Giant creatures, really. Dangerous, but nothing you shouldn't be able to tackle. It'd be a pity to kill one, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably don't kill it then.
I mean, if...
Well, we'll see what we can do.
That's exactly it. See what you can do, but I don't know if it would be... I don't know if you could fight one and not kill it, if you get me. If you have to fight one. They're highly intelligent. It would be an extreme waste. I would be almost more inclined for you to, by the sounds, maybe perhaps convince it or capture it and bring it back for rehabilitation. That's just personal preference, I suppose.
No, of course. That is...
I learned a little bit about them. I never had the pleasure of encountering any. The humming cloaks, we studied them as an innate start, as it's always kind of one of the prepare for the worst situations when we were going to new locations. So,
thank you.
Actually, originally, before I found the Guardian in the ruins below Air Sphere, the running theory is it would have been guarded by a Sphinx.
I suppose that would make sense, considering the background of sphinxes.
They are immune to reading their thoughts and divination spells, and they have quite the eye for lies, I'm told.
Right. So probably speak the truth to it then.
Wasn't planning on lying to it, honestly. I don't think I can lie.
Don't think you can either, Macastian.
I don't think you can. No.
You're not that girl.
No.
You're not that girl.
I never was that girl.
Thank you for that information, Kelsey. That is, although you said little, much more than we already knew. So thank you.
Any information is good information.
They can also teleport. That's teleport and fly, I suppose, is the other thing.
That is.
I mean, yeah, the wings sort of would have given that away a little bit in the drawings, but I suppose drawings can be wrong. Very few drawings have. Anyway.
We are hoping to depart, though, today. So is there anything else you need around the keep before we leave? Anything I can assist you with?
Fine. There's far more stuff you need to do around the keep now and repair than you need to worry about me. I will be fine.
Alright. Well, regardless, thank you, Kelsey, for everything that you have done and are doing here.
It's alright. So, I do my best.
Your best is a lot. But good luck to you.
Beat me by half a second.
Right. Good luck to you, Kelsia. Got some
Samani's over here playing mom, and she has no idea we're planning on leaving today.
Calicindia will attempt to find Zamani.
You guys probably want to wait 3 more days before you do, to be honest, because Zamani's currently on -3 to everything.
Yeah.
You're right.
True.
I forgot about that. I
My
forgot
life
about
is
that.
bad right now, thanks.
Plus, also, if we left today, a lot of us would only have half of our hit dice
That's Calcinder
if
every
we
day.
needed to rest.
That's just me every day.
Yeah, but even then, you'd have less than half your hit dice because long rest only gets back half of your hit dice, so therefore it's half of half. Yeah.
I'm just planning my mind in terms of dates. We've got the summit. We want to be in Oshika in roughly about a week, so 3 days.
But
Should we kinda
Calicinder's
do something-
teleportation circle for Ushikir. So.
Yes. It just means that we can't spend too long around these ruins or anything, or the area.
Not planning on it.
But your teleportation pretty much to the outside.
Yeah. But we don't know like size or how long or anything like that.
But you probably don't want to go with Zamani -3 to everything.
No, God no.
Especially death saves.
Well, in that case, Macastiel, can you tell Sveng that we're going to hold off on that for another 3 days? It just came to my mind that Zamani's still weakened.
Yeah. Of course.
Perfect.
As each of you begins and gets ready to rest for the following few days, we're going to wind down because it's a good place too, unless people have questions or want to say anything first. No? Okay. So, thank you for the raids today, Corsairs Cove. Thank you for everyone who decided to tune in and watch today. It's been a pleasure having you. It's been a pleasure having a week off of combat because, boy howdy, we're about to go back into it. Join us on all of our social medias and our Discords to hang out with us. VODs get uploaded 2 days after the stream date, which I've actually been pretty freaking consistent on. Go me.
Yeah.
But we will be back this Wednesday to maybe even finish our homebrewing, which is getting quite well on our ancestors, and just finishing up the elves, which has been quite the ordeal to get everything.
Yes.
Other than that, if you got Prime, use it on a channel. I don't care which channel. Perhaps use it on this channel, or just subscribe to us if you want to be cooler than your friends. You do get access to our World Anvil, or join us over on Patreon for the same benefit, but more benefits over there to get access to our homebrew stuff that we make. Just like all the ancestors we get will be finally when that are all done, will be published in a big old homebrew doc. That the December stuff similar will be. Maybe we just do it all in one big doc because I already have the big one that's being
Honestly,
worked on right now. Or there's other tiers there if you like the battle maps you've seen in previous weeks. They're there too. I'm not going to shill for too long, but I will shill for a little bit. Thank you so much. We are going to end today and just enjoy ourselves. I'm not sure if there's... I'm not sure who will raid, but we're a full raid. But we will. Don't waste your time with the elves. The Dragon King will sort that out soon. You're right, Nate. You right.
Bless
When
me.
you
Yeah.
right, you right.
Bless me.
We'll just put elves N/A not available. Next campaign. Easy peasy. See you next time. Bye.
No.
Come on.
Bye.